As I fell to the ocean floor, fading light through an open door, I saw myself rise with the water. They thought they could keep me down, hold that breath and watch me drown, but all they did was push me higher. We don't care what they say, we will be here all day. We'll stay till it's over, till the world's out of sight. We will stand, we will fight, it's not over till it's over. Through the nights in the rain, through the time and the pain, the stand will never fall. And then at the end of it all, we will win, we will chant, it's not over till it's over.
Hello and welcome back to our game between Cognitive Click and Ivory Gaming in day 2 of the Smite Oceanic Pro League qualifiers. I am Husey and joining me for this cast is Nightfall.
Hey Husey, how are we doing today?
I am doing excellently. We've seen quite a number of great matchups so far, and this looks to be another one. Cognitive Click need to win this matchup to stay in contention for a spot in the Pro League. If they lose this one, I believe they are actually out of contention completely.
Oh, that's actually pretty big, considering the amount of preparation they've put in towards today. It's huge. They haven't won one, and like you mentioned, if they can't win this, then they won't go into Pro League. That is huge. This is a big game for Cog. Hopefully they will be able to pull something out, but it's up to Ivory to deny them. But shall we go through these team rosters, Husey?
Let's get into it.
Sure thing. So the blue side, the order side of the map, it is Cognitive Click on the solo lane side of the map. It is Horizon on Sun Wukong. In the jungle will be Duke on Hun Bats. In the mid lane is Kanye on his famed Ra. And our duo lane will be made up of Empty Wolfie 2032 and Shazao on Athena and Hoyi.
And on the right side of your Spectator 2UI, fighting in the red trunks, we have got Ivory Gaming. Synchro is in the solo lane as Agni, Jack47 in the jungle as Awilix, Awenamouse in the middle as Isis, Sup Me Off and Rob Diggity make up your duo lane as Geb and Medusa.
I'm really interested to see this Agni in the solo lane. I mean, we hardly see any mages in the solo lane, but today, Synchro has played 2. Giannis out on the Agni. How often do you get to say that?
How often do you get to see this 3-person mid-camp, mid-start? Like, Cognitive Click cleared out those mid-camps. Shazao's gone into the mid lane as well, forcing Empty Wolf to clear the purple by himself. And they're going to 3-way split these back camps, so that might put him a little behind in terms of XP, but it's going to deny the mid-camps to Ivory.
Oh, and Horizon dealing so much damage against Synchro. He's almost got... Oh, it looks like a level lead? No, they're exactly the same. Oh, actually, Synchro has got a level lead.
And Horizon getting a little bit of aggression onto there. Synchro getting a little bit low. Horizon, obviously with Sun Wukong, a little bit tankier. Synchro's Agni, but Synchro late game's going to be able to put out more damage. And Horizon just going straight for Synchro. We could see first blood here, but Horizon unwilling to tower dive, probably wisely there. And Synchro, he needs to back here because Duke is coming over and looking for an early kill.
It looked like Horizon wanted to get into Tiger form for the stun and damage, but unfortunately went to the bird form and got no damage down. He did get in range to deal more damage though, but I think if he did go for the Tiger form, he would have got the kill.
Exactly right. And now Jack47, the man of a million fantasy points, is hovering around the right lane. He's looking for Horizon there as well though, and we're going to see our first major fight of the game. Jack getting lowered down a fair bit by Horizon and Duke, but Synchro gets a nice stun onto both of them to force them away, and they're just going to back off. Sup Me Off all the way over from the duo lane is around here, maybe looking to get some aggression onto these two, but it looks like both sides are going to back away here. Once again in the mid lane, Shazao still hanging around there. He's losing out on a little bit of XP between both him and Kanye, splitting that up a little bit too much, and they're going to fall behind if they keep doing this.
They seem to be duoing mid. Rather than duo jungle or duo left lane, they're duoing mid. which is really confusing. I'm sure they're doing it for a reason. Maybe in scrims it worked out for them. Maybe statistically you come out on top on other areas such as the 80 carry gets more XP depending on where the enemy support is, but it doesn't seem to be working greatly at the moment.
No, it doesn't. They've won one game so far, and if you keep doing the same thing over and over again, can't really expect anything to be different. Unless obviously there's a massive skill difference between the teams, but I don't think that there is that gap between these two teams, and I think even Cognitive Click may be the ones that are not have got less of a skill level than Ivory. Jack 47, a little bit of a wild card coming through this one, only recently
in
picked
the
up from
mid lane,
Ivory.
Fino Evil went down, the hot Rast Snipe did come down, but it wasn't able to land. A little protection as well, something off was so low, and he's now under tower, he's safe. There's the Spirit Ball coming through, Duke, lazy backing, there's a Feather Step dealing so much damage to him, and wow, a lot of damage, but no one going down.
Exactly right. As I was saying, Jack 47, a little bit of an unknown, only picked up Sweek. In fact, Submyoff getting extremely low as Shazao taunts him into a nice shield wall, but good Spirit Ball there from Mr. Mouse to force away Kanye and Shazao.
Yeah, as you were saying, who was it?
Jack 47.
Yeah, played with him quite a lot. He's very good. His fantasy points are now at like 17,000, nearly 20,000. Like, how do you even?
He just plays this game a lot, and so I think Ivory's going to take advantage of that. Plus, he'll know all the little ins and out of every god, knows what all the different items are, just from that breadth and depth of in-game knowledge. And if they take advantage of that, then it's really going to help them not only in this tournament, but possibly going forward into the Pro League.
And based on today, I'd like to see them go into Pro League. I mean, they're just performing very, very well, every single one of Ivory.
Exactly right, and I think their best player so far has to be Synchro in the solo lane. He's played a lot of unconventional picks there. We've seen the Mage solo lane be played to quite good effect out of him, and maybe, you know, some of those Pro League teams are going to start taking a look at that and say, hey, maybe we should start doing that kind of thing.
I think they very well could, but I think it's more of a, how do we play against this sort of thing? No one really plays against it, so they don't know what to do, and more bursts coming out in the late game, and based on the Agni and the Giannis picks, it's more utility as well.
Exactly right. I do like the Hunmut's pick, going back to our picks and bans here. If they can get some nice setup off that, as well as the Athena, maybe into a Hoi ultimate, but they don't deal an awful lot of damage. Basically, their biggest damage dealer is going to be Empty Wolf. Over on the right side, Duke and Horizon dive Synchro onto tower and get a nice kill onto him there. Jack 47 coming in now, looking to maybe get some revenge for his teammates, but Horizon, too tanky, even in this early stage of the game, for Jack to really do much to him.
And that will be first blood at Cog. Very nice tower dive by Horizon and Duke to pick that one up. That will put them in the lead.
And that early aggression is something that they'll really need to set the tone for this game. Jack going in ham on Horizon. He's forced to use his bull form. Away, there's the ultimate. Maybe looking for some extra aggression onto Jack, but he uses Suku to ride out of there on that big kitty.
Suku is so good for movement, getting away. It increases your movement speed moving forward, but reduces the strafing, and also gives you a jump. It's so good, and it only costs mana when you cast it initially. So it's such a good mobility to get around the jungle and jump when you need to. Suku is by far one of the strongest things in the game.
Exactly right. Let's take a look at our duo lane matchup now between Rob Diggity and Empty Wolf. Rob Diggity appears to be getting the better of this at the moment, maybe due to the lack of attention he's been getting from his support, but Empty Wolf, if he gets a ricochet and a Mark of the Golden Crow stun off, it could be very good.
In the mid lane, there's a Cataclysm as well as a Circle of Protection. Jack comes in and picks up the kill with the Moonlight Charge, the 3 ability there. Very nicely picked up by him. Slightly a KS as well. Take it away from Mouse, but Mouse and Submyoff did quite a lot of damage. 2 ultimates popped and a return kill for Ivory.
That's what they need. Like, they lost the kill early with Synchro being dived under tower. Just getting that kill back gets a little bit of that swagger back. But another 5 breakout here in the mid. There's a Fear No Evil there from Duke. Mouse getting extremely low. Nice Gap Shield from Submyoff, and the Spirit Ball as well from Mouse. Stuns out Duke and Shazao and forces them to stop the engagement. Mouse has had quite a few nice Spirit Balls, and not only this game, but in his other games as well, where he's managed to stop the aggression from the other team.
And being on ice is, oh wow, there is a Petrifier coming down and stun out Shazal. There's a Gravity Surge to pull him back, and a Hot Ra Snipe comes through, but no kills there. Only Rob Diggity picking up Shazal. Very, very well played by Ivory. Great Petrify.
That was a good knock-up into Gravity Surge combo there from Sup Me Off and Jack 47. Very well played, and Jack already proving his worth as a jungler.
Yeah, definitely. He's making plays all across the map already.
Exactly right. Back towards our solo lane. It gets a little bit of damage onto Horizon. He's under half health and mana, so he needs to be careful in how he plays this, especially with Jack 47 hanging around the area. Jack is walking over a ward, so Horizon is aware that he's around, so he should be able to survive this one nicely. In the mid lane, Mouse pushing up the lane, really getting some aggression on towards Kanye and forcing him back out of here. We could start to see the XP difference starting to tell a little bit of level disparity between the teams at this point. Jack still hanging around that solo lane. I'm not quite sure what he's trying to find here. Duke is around, so could be the possibility of some aggression going back on towards Ivory.
Yeah, and Horizon forced to use the ult to sustain a little bit more. That's going to heal him up just a little bit, but he doesn't have that for CC immunity or escape anymore. There's the Rainfire coming down, but Synchro run out of Rainfires. Oh, so I'm just taking a look at the builds, and Empty Wolf and Rob Diggity are going for the same Transcendence Asai build, but Rob Diggity has already finished his Asai due to that kill that he was able to pick up on Shazal, compared to Empty Wolf, who's only just completed it.
Exactly right, and as well as that, Rob Diggity's got only one more stack on his Transcendence, so that's not going to count for very much. So both of these guys should be able to box back and forth pretty nicely. This anti-snowball meta really doesn't allow like an early kill to make you too far ahead. So, you know, accidental kills or glitches or just, you know, just plain bad luck won't really count as much. But as well as that, if you're dominating early, we've seen this in a couple of games so far today. Even if you win the early game, it doesn't guarantee a late game success. We've seen that in both of the Silicon games that we've casted, actually. And Ivory, they still need to be very wary of Cognitive at this point in the game.
We'll dive in the solo lane. Synchro stuns up Duke and gets the return kill, but Horizon able to take down Synchro. That was beautiful play. Very nicely turned around by Synchro there, but now Horizon's in a spot of trouble. Defender of Olympus comes through. There's the Gravity Surge actually popped as well. Jack doing quite a lot of damage to Horizon. Mouse will pick that one up with his, the Wind Gusts. And that is a 2 for 1 in favor of Ivory. Rob Diggity able to solo out Empty Wolf over there in the duo lane. Wow. So much going on around this map.
Exactly right. Rob Diggity, as I mentioned earlier, really loves his Medusa. Takes 2 shower shots there, probably not a wise idea. Over at the left-hand side mid-cap, Shazal gets a nice taunt onto Mouse and Jack 47. Kanye splits the difference, but hits no one with his ultimate. Mouse is the only one left around, takes a large amount of damage from the Celestial Beam, but manages to get out okay. Jack in the mid lane, just holding the minions off from the tower. Over on the left side, Duke looking to get towards Rob Diggity. Rob's extremely low. There's the somersault. Overhand smash. Rob goes down to Duke, but unfortunately the tier 1 left-hand side tower still goes down in any case.
I think getting that return kill, I want to say worth, but I think it was worth. Rob dying for a tower. It shut him down before his bounty started getting too high. He's at 2 and 1 now. If you hit 3, that's more gold to whoever kills you. So getting that tower and dying, worth, I would say.
Yep, exactly right. Now, Synchro and Horizon still just going at it in this solo lane. Synchro putting a large amount of damage. He starts to get online and rotating for a lot of these team fights. The amount of damage coming out of him and Mouse is going to be horrendous towards Coclick. They really need to make sure they protect themselves against those 2 guys. As well as that, Shazal on the side of one of the flick has gone for the Shoes of the Magi rather than Shoes of Focus, so his abilities are going to be used less. In the mid lane, Duke picks up a nice kill onto Jack 47, and Sup Me Off and Mouse are still looking for some more aggression onto Cognitive in order to kind of make a revenge for their teammate falling there, but so many members of Cognitive around, they're not really going to be able to do it.
Synchro's now rotated to this mid lane. He's just off to the side. He doesn't have his Fear No Evil after that little skirmish in the mid lane. Will he be able to find anything? He's going to run into Synchro, who's now on a ward. He's missed the Liquid Monkey. Here's the dash in by Synchro. No, just dash back from actually Shizao and Synchro. They sound slightly similar. Alliteration. So
So the shoes the Magi from Shizao, as I said, other than shoes of focus, no cooldowns on that. Unable to use his peel very effectively there. Horizon and Duke really going to have to pick up the slack in that department in terms of getting people off Kanye. As well as that, Kanye not being able to put out a whole lot of damage. I'm really not confident in this cognitive draft. It doesn't have the amount of damage that Ivory does. And late game, Ivory's just going to be able to put out so much more damage that I can't see T-Fights going the way of cognitive.
I can definitely agree. It comes down to mechanics, really. Empty Wolf has to hit some hot ricochets from that Ho-Yi. Same with Kanye. He needs to land some very nice snipes. But he's also there for the sustain and the healing. Oh, there's the Defender of Olympus popped on towards Horizon in the solo lane, but nothing going to get gained out of it.
Exactly right. Back towards the mid lane, we can see Rob Diggity starting left-hand side mid camps. Empty Wolf and Kanye want to contest these, but they're not going to make it in time. Here comes Sup Me Off around the backside. If he can get a nice initiate, then maybe we'll see a couple more kills coming out here. Kanye caught out here a little bit. Preemptively pops his beads completely unnecessarily as the Spirit Ball wasn't near him. So those his beads down, Ivory's going to know that, but Duke is now initiating on towards Mouse. There's the shield from Sup Me Off. Shazal gets a nice taunt. The heals are down there as well. But the Petrify from Rob Diggity does a tremendous amount of damage, as well as the circle of protection from Mouse. Cognitive in some trouble.
That was a beautiful Petrify onto 3 enemies, dealing so much damage coming out from Rob Diggity. And now the skirmishes continuing. Rainfire coming down onto Horizon. He's taken very low. Fear no evil does come out. Rob Diggity is the target. He's taunted in. Empty Wolf picks up that kill. Something off at the back. Is forced to shield himself. Synchro takes down Kanye. But Synchro also gets taken down. There's the Gravity Surge onto Empty Wolf, and the Feather Step comes out, and that's going to be the kill. Duke playing very, very aggressively. Will he go down? Jack comes in. Does he have the Moonlight Charge? Will he be able to get it though? Taunted under tower is Jack. Feather Step, he immunes one tower shot and takes down Shazal, but then Horizon gets him with the help of the tower. Here's Horizon going aggressive again in the mid lane onto Mouse. The Spirit Ball does not land. There's the Magic Cudgel, gonna deal more damage. Husey, that team fight.
That was a great play at the end there by Mr. Mouse. Using that Dispel Magic to stop the Tiger form of Horizon being able to stun him, and then using the Spirit Ball immediately to get him to back off. So saving probably himself and Sup Me Off there. Just excellent play there from Mouse in the mid lane.
And Jack being so aggressive, he went behind the tower to pick up a kill onto Shazal. He tried to pick up, who was it? It was Duke. Yeah.
Duke played really aggressively there and probably should have died for overextending that much. And Jack, unable to pick up the kill onto him, did get another one in return, however. So, and he got a kill, which is what he was after there. But he did go down to the tower, which is not going to make it entirely worth for him there. But both teams really going back and forth in the early stages of this one. And when Synchro came into that fight, it was all about that damage output I talked about. Ivory was able to just put a horrendous amount of damage onto Cognitive, but Duke got a nice Fear No Evil down. I think he got at least 4 people, or maybe the entirety of Ivory Gaming, and really stopped their attack in its tracks. But over on the right-hand side, Duke going on to Synchro, but here comes Jack 47 and Sup Me Off.
It looks like they'll be able to get the kill. Where's the Gravity Surge? He's not able to get it. Actually, there it is. 3 ultimates popped for that one, actually. Oh,
and Shazal used his Defender of Olympus there as well, so it's going to be down. He's forced to use his beads here against Kanye and Shazal. He's all by himself. Jack 47 and Sup Me Off are coming around to save their teammate. There's a circle of protection to heal him up. Nice Spirit Ball stuns Kanye. There's the Gravity Surge knock up. Kanye's in a lot of trouble, and he goes down to Jack 47. Sup Me Off still going on to Shazal, gets a nice hot, pulls 2 of Ivory out of tower. Jack's taking a lot of damage. There's a nice gap shield from Sup Me Off. Shazal's very low. There's the Petrify from Rob Diggity. Freezes Empty Wolf in place, and Ivory diving a tier 2 while the tier 1's still up to try and punish the members of Cognitive. Empty Wolf takes down Jack 47, but Ivory, they're still going. Empty Wolf so low. Sup Me Off just boxing him in the face with those big gap fists. Tier 2 tower gonna fall here to Rob Diggity and Mouse. Sup Me Off gets the kill, but here's Horizon in Tiger form. Mouse getting extremely low. Magic Castle, nice Dispel Magic. Horizon picks him up there. His beads are down. There's the ultimate Rob Diggity in a lot of trouble.
Oh, and now here's Synchro actually rotated as well. Something off. He does have the shield to save Rob Diggity. Is the Fear No Evil? The burst coming out from Duke. Will it be enough? Yes, it will. Duke picks up that kill. Horizon's now going to pick up something off. Does he? No, he doesn't. Here's Synchro for the burst. Can he take down Duke? No, he can't. The last rainfire was off point as Duke jumped away.
Synchro, please. Stuns have been on point all game, just freezing up members of Cognitive and getting them away from the team fight. That was just excellent play there from Synchro. And Ivory, the aggression coming out of them has been incredible. They are not afraid to take it to Cognitive Click. Cognitive being an invite ladder team, they might be afforded some more respect, but Ivory just taking it to them with no mercy.
Yeah, Jack just walking straight into that tier 2 tower to try and up a kill, and then something off, walks straight through Tank's tower, does not have a care in the world for anything, and walks up to Empty Wolf, gets the kill and walks out. Like, what? What just happened?
They were diving to tier 2 while the tier 1 was still up. Rob Diggity was in the background, taking it down very quietly, and so then they were able to take down the tier 2 as well. So overall, that fight really favoring Ivory. If we take a look at our graphs, it's a 2200 XP and a 1600 gold in favor of Ivory. So not too much of a lead, but still they're acting like they're well in front.
Definitely. Here's the aggression from Jack once again. Empty Wolf trying to take his attack speed, but he's not going to be able to. He's forced to dive bomb out of there. And now there's a Gold Fury, but it looks like Shazao has got something to say about it. He's very nearby. Jack's trying to stall him out. Ivory do take it. Circle of Protection was there to secure it. And no chance given to Cog.
Very well played there from Ivory, and excellent zoning from Jack47. He's really surprised a lot of people with his performance in this one. He had a bit of a shaky start in one of the games we casted earlier, but since then, he's really come on and proven his worth to this Ivory squad.
Look at the aggression coming out from Duke. He's so deep with very little, I say very little vision. I did not see those two wards around the mid camps and the blue buff, but here is the dive onto Horizon by Ivory. Are they still going for it? No, Jack's just gonna take that blue buff and they're gonna come around the side. Tower did go down. There's the Cataclysm. Rainfire down as well. Here's Shazao taking so much damage. Very beautiful taunt actually as well. Where is the... Oh, Jack diving so hard. Fear No Evil as well does go down. Something off. Shields himself. Very detrimental there actually. Synchro now in need of one. There's a hot rust map coming through, but it won't land. Something off does kill Duke there with that shockwave, and there's the pitch fire onto two. Kanye now in trouble. Does he have the kill? Yes, it looks like Rob Diggity will be able to pick that one up. Rob Diggity with the Gib shield on towards him. Now Empty Wolf trying to go aggressive.
The Empty Wolf used his Sunbreaker ultimate there to really take people away. And one thing I liked Ivory did there was when they went for the blue buff, they left one minion so that way it's going to delay that spawn timer on that blue buff. So Horizon going to be forced to take that minion out before he can start even regenerating this blue buff.
Empty Wolf could actually kill it there in about 3 or 4 shots, but not.
He's just leaving it.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Take it down for your teammate. Be a team player.
His time is placed elsewhere.
Ivory in that last, as I said earlier, like not 2 minutes before, just so aggressive. Jack47 just diving towers like he doesn't care, but that's the mobility that a Wheelix provides you, and the immunity steps, or the immunity frames on that feather step, just allowing her to really do that. And he knows the character, and he's been playing her fantastically.
And it shows that his experience on the character. He goes under, he knows when he's going to get a kill. He only ever once went under tower without receiving the kill, and that was very unfortunate, but he's playing very, very well. He's picked up a Psy now on a Wheelix. Very interesting. That's going to give him more pen, more attack speed, and lifesteal. So he's going to be able to...
We've seen some funky builds coming out of Jack today in terms of his Bologna jungle earlier. As well as that, I'd like to mention Supmeoff. He's had excellent rotations. He's got 2 kills and 8 assists. He's been part of 10 of Ivory's 14 kills, and that's pretty incredible. That's some good rotations from a support player. We can see a 4-man grouping of Ivory in the mid lane here, and they're looking to get some damage. They just killed Kanye. I didn't even see that.
That was 1 lacerate and 1 burst of all of the poison darts coming up. The poison darts, that is Xbalanque, Viper Shot, all 3 of them crit, and yeah, Kanye just got 4 shot essentially.
In the mid lane now, we see a big grouping of both teams. Definitive Duke getting extremely low. Nice cataclysm there from Subme off. Rob Diggity forced to use his beads and run away. There's a circle of protection though from Mr. Mouse. Shazao uses the Defender of Olympus to help Horizon out, but Empty Wolf getting very low in the background. Nice bombs there from Synchro. Horizon extremely low, forced to use his ultimate to get out. Shazao, he's in a lot of trouble. Jack picks up another kill. Now Horizon staying and chasing, but a bomb will pick him up. Here comes a middle Phoenix possibly going down. Jack stealing the speed buff in the background, but Ivory taking down a Phoenix, and we're barely 22 minutes in.
Synchro in, but that was a double bounce from Empty Wolf, who's going to secure the kill there. And you never want to dash in on an Agni unless you're asking for a death or know you're gonna live. But unfortunately, Empty Wolf did go down.
So over on the left side, Rob Diggity just going to steal away the purple buff from Empty Wolf. Empty Wolf is there to contest it though. What I really like of Ivory is even through these team fights and stuff, they're going through and denying buffs, so they're not allowing Cognitive to get back into this one. And that's what we've seen from the teams who've thrown early leads. They've let the other team come back into it. They haven't secured buffs. They haven't secured objectives along their way while they're pushing up at a Phoenix or at a tier 2 tower. And Ivory just playing exactly the way they need to hold on to this lead.
And something I just want to point out, COG have 0 towers. The mid lane tower is about a breath away, maybe a drop off here from going down. But Ivory are so far ahead in gold now. What is it, 6.5k gold, and Gold Fury now respawning. This new meta is so interesting to see with the Gold Fury early game power spike just being completely nerfed. So many people going for more towers. It's actually amazing to see.
Kanye popped his heavenly agility in the middle of Mouse and Subme off there. It wasn't being particularly aggressed upon, but that's going to be down for a minute and a half now. Subme off in around 3 members of Cognitive. Nice knock up there. Mouse is around as well. There's a heal from Kanye. Nice taunt from Shazao. Only hits Subme off, who manages to shield away most of the damage, but Duke's going heavy on Mouse. Cataclysm forced out from Subme off. Nice Spirit Ball. Duke taken to about half heal, but here's Jack 47 initiating again. Synchro over the wall with a firebomb. There's a nice Petrify from Rob Diggity as well. Down goes Empty Wolfie. Horizon is getting extremely low as well. Kanye's getting aggressed upon by Jack. Here's Synchro looking for another kill. Down goes Shazao. This is going to be game more than likely. If Ivory could keep pushing here, they could very likely take this one. Jack getting some more aggression onto Kanye, and now Ivory, they need to look for maybe the tier 2 towers here and the Phoenixes, but pushing to win would be a bit ambitious.
Kanye is still only level 17. Duke is only level 16, and almost all of Ivory up from yeah, everyone's level, oh sorry, only Rob and Synchro are level 20, but everyone else has got that level advantage on top of everyone else. No one except for Horizon all over there in the solo lane. As I say, Horizon does get taken down. He's the only level 20 on the side of COG.
Surrender vote has started now. That's going to be coming out of Cognitive Click, and they need to decide if they can win this one. If they get a nice initiate here, maybe from Duke with the Fear No Evil, but he still does have it up, and now it's just Duke. Now, most of the boys from Cognitive Click are coming back up, actually. Sorry, it's just Horizon. The Ivory going to back off of this one. And they don't want to throw this one the way that we saw Silicon throw the earlier one at a Titan dive. And they're just going to go back, secure the Gold Fury. Maybe should think about the Fire Giant here. I suppose Kanye is up as well as Duke with their ultimates, but you can go back, secure objectives, buy up, and safely push this one to end.
There's a circle of protection going down to cure it. They will. Did they get it? Yes, they did. There's a Fear No Evil, and everything being popped right now. There's the Cataclysm going down as well. How Ra Snipe does come down, but it doesn't land on anyone, and the last ricochet from Empty Wolf won't land. So every ultimate popped in there except for the Gravity Surge.
And there's 5 minutes pushing onto the Titan of Cognitive now, and they recognize this and start all backing except for Empty Wolfie. Ivory here, pick up some buffs, go for the Fire Giant, and look to push down the right side and end this game, maybe, and also take this middle Phoenix. It's going to be extremely difficult for Cognitive to get back in this one. If they're going to do it, they need to take the Fire Giant away from Ivory, but I don't see how they can do that and defend their Phoenixes at the same time.
And I'd just like to... It seems like COG are on tilt. They've only won 1 match today, and now they're behind by 11 kills and 11,000 gold with no towers taken at all today. Oh,
At
and
the
there's the
Fire
stun.
Giants, Zhao taken
Shazao.
extremely low. Synchro picks up another kill. Synchro been doing lots of work in this one. Horizon's in the back line now, looking at Jack 47 and Synchro back lagging out a little bit there. Rob Diddy takes down Duke. The Fear No Evil was used there as well, but the boys from Ivory managed to take that one out. Jack fighting 3 members of Cognitive and still gets a kill. Horizon takes him down in revenge though, but Jack zoning Cognitive away nicely. Kanye's still alive. If he falls down, this is game. Something off, going in hard on Kanye now. He's going after him. There's a Cataclysm. Synchro bomb. Down goes Kanye. That's everyone from Cognitive. Click down. Day aside, Ivory can push this to win.
It looks like they are going to pick this win up, Husey. They're just going straight for it. They take down the Phoenix. Something off is going to tank the tower. Circle of Protection does go down. Shazao has respawned. The next person to come up will be Duke, but that's in 10 seconds. There's a Titan going down. 15%, 8%, 5%. GG, well played to Ivory Gaming, coming out on top by 14 kills. And how much was it? 13.6k gold. Wow, very beautifully played.
Sub me off. What a great support game. 2-0 and 22. Part of 24 of 28 kills.
What?
That's insane. That's great. Look at his build though as well. He
huge.
got Pestilence as well to counter those Ra heals. Great work from him. Jack 47 as well. Really just doing great work. Just he played very well that game. Massive improvement from his earlier ones.
Wow, and Rob Diggity 10, 3, and 7. I'd carry there. Same as Agni 8, 4, and 10. Synchro doing so well as these mages in the solo lane. It's so interesting to see what these new teams are coming up with. And they're making it work as well. A Wheelix as well, played by Jack 47. Very, very well played. Diving, being so aggressive throughout the entire match. Right at the end there, he was 3v1 essentially. And that Asai passive did come into play. And he was able to pick up a kill there and dealt so much damage. It was...
He did more damage than everyone on Cognitive. The maximum on Cognitive was about 18k damage. Jack did 19k. Synchro did 29k damage. Like, my goodness. Like, I said it at the start. I didn't think that Cognitive's team comp had enough damage to really keep him in there. Duke just did a lot of work with that Humbards, peeling for his team and then also setting up a couple of those kills. Kanye really didn't do too much with that Ra. He did some nice heals and stuff for his team to keep him sustained, but he was just picked on relentlessly by Ivory.
I feel they needed more of a hard carry as well. Like Hoyi, he's got great zone potential with his ultimate. He's got a good stun, but it's very difficult to land. And he doesn't have as much confirmed damage as the Medusa. As she ults, she can get that stun down on multiple people. Guaranteed slow if it lands as well. And it's just a lot more damage in a burst instead of in one area and a dot as well. So I think maybe like Shivalonke could have been a little bit better as it scales well into the lake, but Hoyi didn't really do anything that match.
No, he didn't, and it was really unfortunate for the Cognitive boys because unfortunately out of contention for a spot in the Pro League.
That's really
and they were an invite ladder team. They came from the invitational ladder, and now they're not going to be able to return to that same level of competition. Ivory looking for that third or fourth spot, maybe even first and second, although I think Team Kamikaze and Law Gaming both have come out very strongly and are going to take those 2 spots, but it's going to be some crazy last couple of games.
And that will do it for this game, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. We do have another match coming up in, I'm not too sure, just roughly a few moments. That's very specific, no full thank you. So we will be right back with another match for you guys.
place and no moment in history where I could stand and say, arithmetic begins here, now.
Welcome back, guys, to my Oceanic Pro League qualifiers. This is day number 2, round number 6. So we do have Synapse versus, is it Cognitive? It is Cog.
Yeah, base Cognitive Quick.
And joining me for this one will be Timmy. How are you doing, Timmy?
I'm doing very well. We're getting in quite late into the night here, but we're going to go ahead and keep soldiering on because there's still games to commentate on.
This is the second to last round, as unfortunately we did see Cognitive going down to... I just cast it and I don't remember who it was.
It was Ivory.
Ivory, that's the one. How did I forget? My brain's going to mush. So many games played today, but it's so hype, and this is the Pro League qualifiers. The top 4 from here will go to the Pro League. And right now it's looking like Team Kamikaze, Law, and then Synapse, but there could be a little bit of an upset. It's still a possibility, and then it's between right now Silicon and Ivory for that very last spot. But we'll have to see what happens in these last 2 rounds. On our order side of the map is actually Cognitive, and they're gonna ban away Athena first. Very standard.
Yeah, so like you said, you know, Synapse, they're kind of in the top 4 at the moment, could possibly be going Pro League, but they're not out of the woods yet. They still have to work hard, because if they start dropping games now, it's going to be over, and they might not end up getting into Pro League. Cog Click out, unfortunately. There's nothing that they can really do. All that they can really try and do is try and keep Synapse down and keep their own pride, but yeah, we're going to go ahead and see an Athena ban as well as an Ares ban. How do you feel besides, like, I get why people ban out Athena, but do you think Sylvanas is more valuable?
I think it's I think it's ban-worthy, yes.
Yeah,
Unless
it's definitely ban-worthy. Do you think it's more ban-worthy than Sylvanas? Because I feel that Sylvanas wins lanes easier than Athena. Athena's just a bit more of a flex pick because you can put her in support or jungle.
I think it's down to which side I mean, you want that Sylvanas. So if you're first banned, you don't want to ban it away, just in case the enemy don't ban it away. Actually, wow. So it seemed like Synapse didn't have a second ban. Maybe they were indecisive and ran the timer.
Yeah, Synapse passed the ban at the very beginning. They also picked up Ymir when Sylvanas was on the table. So
yeah, I was just about to mention, like, if your first pick, you want that Sylvanas, you want to leave it open, you force the enemy to ban that away, and then you can, if they don't, you can pick it up straight off. And as we've seen today, people with Sylvanas are winning. Like, Sylvanas has a 100% win rate today.
Sylvanas is strong. He's really strong. The thing about Ymir, though, is that he can also be played in the jungle, a bit like Athena. And some people argue that the Ymir jungle is stronger than Athena jungle, just because you block people's paths off all the time. Early game, you can get so much damage out with that Frostbite passive, so it is a little bit of a flex pick. If he does go into the support role, I want to see him hyper-aggression. Ymir excels at killing people early, again with that Frostbite passive. Plus, he's also got good wave clear. Gonna go ahead and see Hunbat's game picked up here as well for the side of Cognitive Click. They'll be going into the jungle. Don't think he'll be going solo.
Yeah, Duke played that very well last game. He had some very, very slick Fear No Evils coming down on multiple people of Ivory, and it was part of a game-changing strat, but it didn't really work out. Unfortunately, they did lose that match. Isis and Thor now picked up, so that will be Ymir in the solo lane against the Sylvanas. How do you think a Ymir versus Sylvanas goes with the sustain from Sylvanas?
If Ymir, like I said, if Ymir goes hyper-aggression and he wants the kill, he can get it. Because there's not a whole lot that Sylvanas can do against Ymir. He can root him and try and knock him up, but the Ice will stop the movement from Sylvanas. The Freeze will stop him. He'll get slowed by the Glacial Strike and the Shards of Ice. But if he wants to go for the kill, he has to go for it immediately. He can't let those wisps heal himself up. And with that Apollo on the backline, that's a lot of sustainable damage early with that Audacity. So he has to be very careful. He has to make sure that those minions are gone, because early game, minions will shred you in the duo lane, in any lane. If you show aggression and the minions are still up, you're dead. It's a complete throw in the lane there. And that's what Ymir does well. He kills minions, he goes for the aggression.
It could also be a solo lane Apollo. We'll have to see, but Ryzen plays so many solo laners. I was talking with him the other day, and he said he's played 22 different gods in the solo lane competitively. So that is
that's
not
impressive.
You can't ban him out, essentially.
No, you banned out my 87 most picked god. No, that's alright. I'll play my 13th most played. Even though there's only 60 something odds in the game at the moment.
67. Scylla now, actually. Scylla locked in, and looking at the third bans, Poseidon was the third ban. Oh, sorry, the second ban, but the last ban for Synapse here.
Was the Medusa.
And Medusa, yeah.
Yeah, Medusa's so strong early. Her wave clear is fairly safe. Just because you can stay back further than what most people can do. And that early aggression with the Viper shot, you put him with the Ymir, that's kill potential. The Viper shots early do so much damage, it's crazy. But with Hoi Yi's going to get picked up here, he also has a lot of aggression. That Mark of the Vanguard doing extra damage as it ranks up, as your health starts to drop down. As it ranks up further, you get like a Titan's Bang sort of effect where you get 25% penetration, as well as being able to mark them onto the minimap with True Vision. You're not going to see any of that because there's no one here who can go invisible. But Hoi Yi can definitely do a lot of things.
Oh, definitely. Oh, and the last pick is coming through. That will be the Kronos. Where will that be? That will be Horizon, I think. It will be.
That will be a solo Horizon. Kronos up against the Hercules.
and he's got a diamond Kronos. We'll have to see how he goes on that one. Definitely very, very strong. Kronos' late game, and that's where the meta is right now. Is that late game? As we saw Divine actually on TCAM. I'm not too sure who it was against. Was it Sky Dragons?
I'm having trouble remember. It's been a long day.
Yeah, I think it was Sky Dragons. Ended up in a 15-minute surrender against that. So we'll have to see how it fares in the solo lane instead of a mid lane. So guys, we're gonna see how these teams come together and who will come out on top. We will be right back from a very short break.
As I fell to the ocean floor, fading light through an open door, saw myself rise with the water. They thought they could keep me down, hold that breath and watch me drown, but all they did was push me higher.
Guys, we're straight back to this game, actually straight back into our pauses. We're still waiting on 2 members to load in, but this will be round number 6 of the Smite Pro League qualifiers. This will determine if Synapse get an extra point, and then that will secure their 3rd spot, I think it is, in the leaderboards on the brackets, exclamation mark brackets, to see those in chat. And once again, joining me is Timmy. How are you doing, Timmy?
I'm very excited for this one. This game is going to be important for Synapse. Cognitive Click no longer have anything to lose. They're out of this tournament in terms of getting to Pro League. However, Synapse still have something to prove, so they're going to try and fight tooth and nail for this. But before any shenanigans happen, let's go ahead and introduce our teams.
I don't think we have enough time, as Duke's going to walk straight into fight
No, it's
as
fine.
the pause comes out. Okay.
Do it now, quick!
So on the blue side, grouping 5-man on that right hand, mid-camps will be fighting out of the Order side. Elucidator in the solo lane on the Hercules. In the jungle will be Fonke on Thor in the jungle. In the mid lane will be Agony on Isis. And our duo lane will be made up of Hearts Go Boom and Entropy Zero on Ymir and Hoyi.
And finally, now the Chaos side, on the right-hand side of your SPL, top side of your minimap, we have Cognitive Click, Horizon playing Kronos in the solo lane, Juke will be Hunbat in the jungle, who is about to have a very bad time. Kanye is the mid, Scylla, and your duo lane will be Empty Wolf and Shazao as Apollo and Sylvanas.
So I'm looking at Duke and
I'm
Hunbat's
looking at
face
Duke.
right now.
He's
I'm
like,
seeing
"Oh."
3 enemies.
Well,
All of them
more
have
coming around the
Heartsy
corner
C.
as well.
The Frost Breath and the Tectonic Rift coming through from Thor and Ymir is such hard CC early game.
Well, okay, well, Shade's been picked up, Drive and Strike's been picked up, but nothing else has been leveled, so there could be a Frostbath, there could be an Ice Wall. I hope there's not an Ice Wall, because Humbats can just jump over that. I'm going to go ahead and try and fast forward through this pause here to try and get back into the game. But, oh man. How do you feel about these teams? Who's got the early game and who has the late game?
So early game will be in favor of Synapse. The Isis will do a lot better. She's got the hard stun compared to Kanye's Scylla. But the late game, I'm fairly sure we'll go to Cognitive with the Chronos, the Apollo split push as well, the Scylla late game. It's
Slow
such
motion.
a powerhouse.
Slow
and,
motion going half speed here. Here we go, now we're kicking off. Duke does level up the somersault to try and get out there, wisely done by him. So he's gonna go ahead and not go back to the jungle because he knows Synapse is looking.
I also think that Shizao is going to be able to carry Empty Wolf through that early game with those wisps. That's definitely going to make a huge difference. But like you mentioned in the drafting stage, if Entropy on the Ymir does go aggressive, they could pick up a kill if they're not careful. But it looks like Synapse want to go for the invade here.
Yeah, they're still looking for that invade. They put that ward up there. Do see Duke there, I believe. He may have walked over there just a moment ago, so they do know he's still hanging around there. But I think Cogclick sees this.
Mm-hmm. And we'll see Fonke move in. Does he have the Tectonic Rift? He's got it leveled. Does he actually? Oh, let's check.
No, he hasn't got anything leveled. He now has the Berserker Spell, just going to spin to win on those camps. Going to see who goes ahead and picks up this speed buff in a moment. Duke in a very dangerous spot there. He does manage to pick it up there, but Horizon in a dangerous spot, slowed by the Glacial Strike, but that's going to be it. They go ahead and take his blue buff.
Good secure there, but still the invade coming out from Synapse. Up the map, nothing else happening, so they'll just steal that blue buff away. Horizon's gonna be down a blue buff.
Oh, look in the mid lane. Agony is in a really dangerous spot if Cogclick trying to grasp onto him. Spirit Ball does miss, nothing's not coming there. Sikkim does hit, but Isis is immune to roots as she's doing the wind gust, so no crowd control there, unfortunately.
Here's the double jungle moving out from Synapse. They're gonna pick up those mid camps, and Entropy's gonna stay with Fonke through this. The wave clear must be good on Agony to clear those minions away as they're pushed in by Duke. Oh, and this duo lane already, Empty Wolf is coming out on top as Hearts Go Boom is down to 30% HP roughly.
And Hearts Go Boom didn't get his purple buff in the beginning, so that's gonna go the way to Empty Wolf. Hearts Go Boom is already really low in health, and now he's behind on XP, and he's now got the disadvantage of not being able to get this purple buff for another 3 minutes. How do you feel about the double jungle though? Every time I've seen it today, it hasn't really been to great effects. Do you think like it's just fundamentally a good idea or not, or do you think like it just needs polishing?
It's definitely not bad, especially with the Watcher's Gift, as we see the aggression in the solo and Horizon gets aggressed on. But it's the gank potential coming in. Entropy's got that Creeping Curse for the extra slow on top of his Glacial Strike, Frost Breath, and Ice Wall for more control. And that's where the powerhouse of double jungling does come in. So Entropy doesn't lose out on too much. The only person losing out is slightly Fonke, as he needs to share the XP slightly. But it's where they put the extra control of ganking that they'll come out on top.
Well, Flonke doesn't really lose a lot of golden XP because he's got that Bumbus Mask with him. He just loses a little bit in lane because there's never going to be 2 people in the lane. It's going to be 3. Going to go ahead and see some movement on this in the jungle here. They're going to be looking for some buffs and some back camps on the left-hand side. Though double tap not going on to Empty Wolf across the sky is going to go ahead and get him out of there. See you later.
And that is the power of a blow. Oh, I'm in trouble. I'll just press 4.
I'll just press 4 and like drain all of my mana early.
He's still, yeah, he's forced to use
mid lane though.
there. Oh, and here's the Spirit Ball onto Shazal, but will he be safe? Yes, he will. The Fear No Evil is not up from Duke. He's still level 4 currently, but Kanye is level 5. He's got the I'm a Monster if he needs it. Yeah, in the duo lane, Empty Wolf take it extremely low, and Hearts Go Boom is going to be able to pick up with the help of Entropy. And very, very nice first blood for Synapse.
Cogclick isn't going to be able to get here in time to collapse onto Hearts Go Boom and Entropy, although Flonke is going to be looking for something. He's in position, he's ready for that double tap. Tectonic Rift doesn't manage to hit, so there'll be no double taps, because that stun does help out tremendously on lining those up. Going to see the mid camps here, going to be sighted down by Kanye. Does get hit by the Spirit Ball, cheeky little Isis there.
Aren't all Isis's Isai cheeky though, with those Spirit Balls and those Circle of Protections changing the game so drastically.
I think especially cheeky if it's through the wall.
So teleport used by Elucidator to come back into lane. He's got the Stone of Gaia against Horizon as he was losing out in poke damage. Of course, Horizon on that Chronos, he does have the Time Rift for the poke damage and the Wave Clear compared to just the Earthbreaker Driving Strike of Hercules, but he's also got that sustain on that mitigate wounds if he is required to use that, but it seemed like he did, and he's also forced to get that Stone of Gaia, so he really needs to stay in lane as much as possible.
Well, he's going to be able to have so much sustain, like you said. The Stone of Gaia constantly healing him up, gives a fair amount of MP5, and the mitigate wounds will heal him up. But Hercules can be quite bursty, and bursty is what you need against Chronos. If you slowly poke him, eventually he's going to either say, no, I'm going back to base, or I'm just going to go ahead, turn around, ult, and you've just undone all the damage you've done. But if you manage to kill him before the ultimate finishes off, the cast time, then it's completely wasted.
So I'm taking a look at the gold now. Synapse are ahead by almost 700 gold right now. So this double jungle was working out for them, but they also have that 200 extra gold from the first blood. That gives that 200 extra gold, I think it is now.
Something around that. But they've also been gaining a lot of these mid camps. They've had very good control on these mid caps, and that's been putting Cold Click a little bit behind.
And yeah, mid camps are, while they're not worth as much, they're still worth something. And
they're not worth
any
as
lead
much
is a
as,
good
say,
lead.
Yeah, they're not worth as much as, say, a red buff or a purple buff, but there's two of them, and they come very often.
Look at the aggression of Duke. He's stealing away the blue buff. There is the excavate. He's able
still got
to
it.
take it and somersault out of there, and he just played it. While aggressive, he also played it safe. He just jumped the
is
wall.
not happy.
Yeah, I wouldn't be very happy either if I was Elucidator. But here is
on the mid lane
counter
though,
gank.
Nature's Grasp picking up Agony. Sicko not going to be able to root because of that Windgust again. This is a really good matchup.
Ooh, Anvil of Dawn in the solo lane.
Incoming.
Here's Fonke. Who's he gonna land on? No,
I don't think he has the range.
No, I think he did.
I don't think he did. I think he was just a little bit out.
Okay. Yeah, there was also under tower
Unfortunately.
and no minions, so he didn't want to dive that one. Otherwise, he probably would have gone down. He wouldn't be able to get
Keep
the
under
kill.
tower.
Yeah, and the Fear No Evil was still up, so he still would have gone down anyway. So, very nice to not go in on that.
Oh, joke. I don't know if Funke actually got that. He at the end, Mjolnir is determined to try and get that back harpy. Gonna go ahead and disengage there.
So the only kill of the
She's a
game-
monster! Fear no evil! A monster hit beats you to the
Oh
first
no!
half.
Oh, beautiful Nature's Grasp to pull Agony back into the fight, but there is the Circle of Protection, gonna keep him alive for a very short duration. Kanye does get taken down by the Shards of Ice. Entropy picks that one up, and Duke gets a return kill onto Fonke with the infused strikes on his passive. It did crit. There's Entropy. Horizon with the time. Rift will secure that kill onto Entropy. Very nicely played by Cognitive there, and here comes the Across the Sky. Hearts go boom, came from behind, but
Yeah, he was not in a good state. He didn't have the ultimate
Oh,
Sunbreaker.
Nature's Grasp,
Oh, pulled back
Shazam.
in.
landing every Nature's Grasp today, but not going to end up in a kill, unfortunately. Hearts go boom is going to be taken down to half HP and very, very low mana. He tried to fight, but he didn't really get much done there.
Yeah, Nature's Grasp is playing one of the hardest abilities in the game to hit. Elucidate taking down this right-hand tower very, very low. Not going to be able to get it completely at the moment. He is in a little bit of an awkward spot here. He has to run back through the jungle. And if Kanye or Shazal tries to move in, they're not going to be able to. They're not close enough. Well, he could have been in a fair bit of danger there.
So we're just taking a look at the builds. Looks like Agony is going for that Book of Thoth.
Book of Thoth is really strong. It gives a lot of mana, which helps you out early in the game. It gives so much power, and that's what you want on Isis. You want to be able to stand back from afar, Spirit Ball someone for like half their health, and as soon as they come close to you, you start Windgusting, trying to get them to shoot, trying to swat away a fly.
And it keeps you sustained and casting spells for a very long time. You don't need to worry about mana, as it gives you mana per stack, so it's very, very good there, and it gives power per stack, per
Oh, mid lane
percentage of
though,
mana.
Fear No
There's
Evil,
Fear
I'm a
No
monster
Evil.
coming out here. Let's hit Agony, takes him down very low.
Somersault will see that one. Circle of Protection did go down. Oh, there's the Anvil of Dawn coming in. Duke taken extremely low. There's the Wrath of Terror to keep them CC'd. Entropy and Fonke. Husker Boom now diving. He's not going to be able to get the kill. He uses pretty much everything, but nothing lands except the Creeping Curse. Tier 2.
So, yeah, so Creeping Curse and Creepier Curse on the side of Synapse. Why are people going Creeping Curse now instead of Sprint on Hunters? Is it just to try and keep people down and stop them from being able to box with you?
That is a good question. I personally prefer Heavenly Agility, as it increases team healing as well as movement speed and stops slows, whereas Creeping Curse, it's like the AoE version of Heavy Hammer and Fatalis. Like, which one would you prefer? Either speeding yourself up or slowing the enemy down?
Oh, Duke over here in a very dangerous spot does manage to jump away from the Spirit Ball. Duke is wanting to get all of these invades. He wants the speed camp, but he's going to be in a very dangerous spot if he goes for that.
And everyone knows you don't take Fonke's buff. Speed is love, speed is
That's
life.
real mad.
He does indeed. Duke forced to jump away, and Fonke, at the end of the day, with his speed buff. There he goes. Now the mid being secured by him, actually one of them taken by Duke. There's the Frost Breath and quite a lot of damage down with that Glacial Strike as well.
Yeah, he went. Entropy went for the Shoes of Magi, so not CDR, but penetration. So that's going to do a lot there for him. Another mid camp. Oh, the pull through the wall! That was absolutely beautiful. Got the Sentry Ward to vision onto that, so you could do that.
Oh no, the Frost Breath missed. There's the Armor Monster coming out, as well as the Nature's Protection. Thor is in the air. He's gonna go down on Kanye, but he's actually gonna miss Sentinel to get him away. Empty Wolf picks up a kill onto Heartscope Boom with the help of Duke under tower. Very nicely played there. Now Fonke's trying to look for a return kill. He doesn't have his ultimate. He's got the speed buff and the Mjolnir's attunement, but Duke can see him coming. He's got the somersault as well. He can get away if he needs to. And here is a return kill, maybe? No, that's a Frost Breath. Will that be enough damage? Yes, it will. Entropy picks up the kill onto Duke. He was playing far too aggressive. He's going to lose his speed buff as well.
Duke is very aggressive this game indeed. He's looking for all the ganks, doing very good rotations. Oh, in the mid lane, Kanye again, almost absolutely gibbed by the Spirit Ball.
Oh, the delay of the Spirit Ball, sorry, the Wind Gust coming through after that beautiful Spirit Ball. And Kanye is able to live after that. I think if one Wind Gust hit him, he would have died.
Well, yeah, he would have been 6 feet under for sure, but he does use the Sentinel to get out there. And back to base for safety.
Look over here in the solo lane. It looks like Elucidator is now out pushing Horizon.
Well, Hercules,
very interesting.
Yeah, Hercules has quite good push, especially against Kronos. Kronos's wave push isn't all that great until he starts becoming very large, and that's when his stop time will completely kill the archers, and he can pick off the rest of the minions with auto attacks fairly quickly. But Hercules is just so controlling, and he kills minions so well.
And he's so tanky too, and he gains more power based on the less amount of health he has, the more power he has. So it's very, very scary. Yes, Fonke.
It's really like a Bancroft's Talon sort of deal.
It is, yeah, but the physical version and a passive, it's scary. Fonke going aggressive over here in the solo lane. He gets the double tap. There's the spin to win. Will he get the kill? Actually, there is this Inferno Evil for the disengage, and there is the excavate from Elucidator to secure that one. Nature's Grasp is not going to land onto Entropy. There's the Verdant Growth. It's going to root him in place. Fonke was rooted. He's not going to be able to get away. There's the Armor Monster, but no, the timing from Anvil of Dawn will be able to get him out of there. Look how low he is. How much HP is that? Less than
55.
Wow, that's so
he got killed by the Wisps.
Oh, Shizao!
The Wisps followed him up into the air and wait for him to calm down. Go up in the air, and there's something that's like a projectile that's gonna be following you. It waits until you come down. So he was actually he was dead either way.
Oh no, so close, but very nice kill pick up there for Shizao. Some style points to make him think he got away, but he did not. Now in the mid lane, here's some aggression onto Kanye. There's the Ricochet bounce. Is actually going to stun him up as Agony and Husker Boom push that one up. Here's Empty Wolf rotated in as well. He's going to pick up those left and mid camps. And Synapse aren't able to stop that one at all.
All by himself, mid camps to Empty Wolf, and then Shazal is going to go ahead and split these between Duke. So, if we take a quick look at our graphs, 4,000 XP difference to Cognitive Click, and Gold is about even, so Cog is definitely not out this. Mid lane, Agony getting taken down very low, Fear No Evil coming out there, and oops, see ya.
Oh, that was a very
up.
text kill. Oh yeah, there's the Amble of Dawn to get the return kill onto Duke, and Kanye not taking any damage from that Shards of Ice. That was interesting. It looked like he was on it, but he was actually underground using that Sentinel.
Yeah, he used the Sentinel to avoid that. Very well timed by him. Fortunately for Entropy, he wouldn't be able. That would have been a kill if he did manage to get that up onto him.
A nice escape from Kanye. He's gonna be able to live another day. We'll see. What can Synapse do from now? They're just going for buffs and kills. What else do you think they can get from this?
It's hard to tell really because Cognitive definitely have the later game team. Everyone else becomes very scary. Humbas can start chunking people quite well if he builds into the crit, which he is now. Scylla hurts. Sylvanas just can't die and he lets everyone else not die. Apollo is absolutely amazing late game. On the right hand side, Frost Breath coming out, speeds to avoid the stun there. Ooh, and the rewind is going to go ahead and get him back to full health and back out into safety.
Okay, no, Evil is still up. He's got the somersault in. He goes down onto Elucidator. There's the Anvil of Dawn. He's up in the air. Fonke's very low. I don't think he will re-engage, but based on that Arachne player we saw earlier today, we could have well seen him go 1v4, but he will not opt to do that. He will just retreat, and now everyone just disengaging, and nothing got gained, nothing got lost.
Yeah, before 20 minutes, it's usually fairly quiet. There are some skirmishes around the map, which do heavily influence the game, but there's no massive, like, grouping as a Fire Giant or Gold Fury going on. You know, before 20 minutes, it's usually fairly calm. Everyone just wants to farm up, get to that late game sort of situation. But we are starting to see a lot more aggression coming out at the moment.
The meta feels like 20-minute laning phase right now.
It's like 20 minutes solo.
Yeah, it's while it's better than what it used to be with the Gold Fury. If you take it, you win essentially. Game's over in 15-20 minutes. It's interesting to see the early game and how players play it out. Everyone going so aggressive, like we saw from Forsten boys, or actually dive underneath the solo lane. Here's Horizon, he's being aggressed on. Will he be taken down? He doesn't have the rewind. He's gonna be taken down by Elucidator. 3-man dive in that solo lane, and that will be a kill.
Yes, unfortunately, Horizon's having a lot of trouble against Elucidator in the solo lane, just simply because he's not doing any damage against him. He uses, say, the stop time, it chunks him for maybe a 20th of his health.
And he's got no pen. It's the reason. He's gone for Warlock Sash for that extra health, but as soon as he gets that Demonic Grasp online...
Yeah, the Demonic Grip will help. He'd have that ever so slight 10 magical penetration from the Shoes of Magi, but it's just simply not enough. Hercules is just too tanky with that Stone of Gaia. The regen from that and the mitigated wounds just means that you have to burst him down immediately, and Horizon just can't do that much damage yet. He's not in late game form yet.
But he will come online, and he will get late game powerhouse that Cognitive need. But how will Synapse stop that from getting to that late game?
They really just have to hold on, try and farm up more than Cognitive Click. They just have to try and out-farm them and try and look for some really nice initiations with the Anvil of Dawn.
So both AD carries have mirrored each other's builds. The only person behind it, actually Heartsko Boom is behind on his build as he hasn't finished off the Ikaval. Everything's the same except for the active items where that Enfeebling Curse has actually been picked up by Heartsko Boom against an Apollo. How do you feel about this?
It helps with the audacity. When you see that he's in the audacity, it does help a lot. Speaking of which, on the left-hand side, we do see the Anvil of Dawn come up here. That will be going down onto Empty Wolf if Hardcore Boom does want to turn back around. A little bit of a curious enfeebling curse use there. He didn't actually hit anything, just the minions.
Interesting. Oh, over here in this mid lane, oh, just jumping over Entropy. Frost Breath used. Nothing gonna be gained at all. 2 ultimates went down. Oh, was it just the one?
That was quite weird. Well, I saw the Anvil of Dawn getting put out. Sunbreaker does go out here as Duke trying to gank Hardcore Boom. He's on absolutely no health here. 18 health, does get picked up by the somersaults.
Very nice gank there by so much aggression coming out from Heartsco Boom. Unfortunately, didn't have the vision for it. Here's Entropy going aggressive. Frost Breath will land onto Empty Wolf. There's the beads popped. Here comes the Tectonic Rift actually down on towards Duke. He's gonna somersault away, and he's gonna live.
Gonna live just ever so slightly. He will go back into the jungle, try and finish what he's gonna do, pick up some of these buffs for the rest of his team. But he does have to be careful because Funke is around, and if he does sense him out there, he could go for the kill. A simple double tap could take him down. Although Duke is going in himself.
Well, he's trying to take that attack speed. Will he get it? Yes, he will. Funke picks that one up. There's the Fear No Evil. They're going to return the damage down onto Funke. He doesn't get the double tap with the Monez at 2-minute. Funke, will he go down? No, Duke goes down. Anvil of Dawn. How much HP is Funke on? How low is he? He's on 60 HP. Again, being so low, only this time no wisps to pick up the kill. Empty Wolf now trying to go aggressive. There's a circle of protection from Agony as he's rotated over. And the Wrath of Terror won't knock up Agony as he's got the... Wow. Okay, so I'm a Monster was popped by Kanye as well, but knock up from...
those minions who's boss.
So if you're wondering why Agony get knocked up there, it was because he was in his Spirit Ball, Wingus. I always get those two mixed up because they're both balls and it's like, what is what? But
Isis lays eggs to attack her enemies.
So here, again, and he didn't get rooted there. The Sikkim, that's the power of Isis. You cannot CC her at all.
Yeah, and if you try and gank her, she will CC you to all hell, because she's got the stun from the ball, the silence and the slow, as well as stealing some protections with that, the spell magic. And if you try and go really aggressive, that circle of protection is going to heal her up and give her that damage mitigation that she needs. So, Isis is probably one of the strongest mages at the moment in this current meta in OCE.
I remember talking to Ochida and...
You mean you were talking to Isis herself?
Yeah. And he mentioned that Isis is by far one of the strongest mages in the entire game, like you mentioned, and the only closely matched one would be a Poseidon or an Agni possibly, but much further behind are those two compared to the Isis.
Well, the thing is about Poseidon is you buy Aegis. That's all you need to do.
Aegis and possibly beads if it's really required, but Aegis normally is the only thing you need.
Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and have a quick look at our builds here. Funke got Spirit Robe. This is like the OCE item. And it does strong. Really well against this team because they have a lot of crowd control, so it's gonna be getting a lot of damage mitigation a lot of the time.
Well, over here in the mid lane, there's a action onto Kanye. He was forced to use those beads against the Frost Breath. There's the Crush dealing quite a lot of damage to Entropy. And here comes Hearts Go Boom. Will he be able to land the stun? It doesn't look like he will just yet, as he hasn't actually used it. Nature's Grasp to pull him under tower. There's the double stun from the Spirit Ball. Entropy picks up the kill onto Kanye. Fear No Evil does come out, and Empty Wolf joins the fight now with the Across the Skies. Duke's in trouble. Berserker Barrage will actually come up. Hardcore Boom actually gets the kill there. Anvil of Dawn does come down onto Empty Wolf. He's got the beads though, and now he doesn't, but that's the Frost Breath onto Entropy. Entropy will be able to get the kill there, and that is a 3-0 in favor of Synapse in the mid lane.
Empty Wolf's stash got interrupted by the Anvil of Dawn, so he had no chance of getting out there. His path was blocked by the Tectonic Rift. He had to use his beads right then and there, but unfortunately did still get picked off there. And they're going to be going on to Horizon here very soon. Going to try and zone him out so that this mid tower can go down safely.
And they're going to be sieging this tier 2 tower because they can do it. They've got very little defense. Horizon takes so much damage from that Spirit Ball. Here's Entropy with a very nice...
God.
Oh, the rewind is not enough for Horizon to be able to get out of there. Shazao now is the target. He's going to be taken down by Elucidator with a very nice driving strike. Double kill for him under tower. I'm a Monster will not land onto Hearts-Go Boom. Very unfortunate there. They're going to continue sieging this tier 2 tower. No, they won't. Here's Duke going very aggressive onto Agony. There's the Fear No Evil, and that will be the kill secured by Duke in their own jungle. Elucidator now grouped up with Hearts-Go Boom and Fonke in this mid lane. They'll find Kanye, and the slow will go down towards him. Here's the Sunbreaker dealing so much damage in that mid lane, and Hearts-Go Boom to secure that kill with a dive bomb. So much action going down to me. There's the bees coming out, and Hearts-Go Boom, will he go down? No, he won't. He doesn't have the dive bomb. Actually, now he does. It's just off cooldown. He's got to be able to get away. Mid-camp's being taken, and Synapse just taking so much with only losing Agony through that entire skirmish.
That was definitely in favor of Synapse Gaming. This is exactly what they need. They've been farming up, they've been staying safe, and now it's time to fight. Spirit Ball from Agony is doing so much damage. He's already got Spirit of Magus done completely. He's had full stacks on Book of Thoth for a little while now, and Kanye is only just starting to build up stacks on his Warlock stash at 13 stacks. Also worth mentioning that Agony has more power and more lifesteal. Kanye has no lifesteal whatsoever, it's just a little bit of cooldown.
Yeah, so his sustain is not that great at all compared to that Bancross talent on Agony. I'd just like to point out that right now Entropy is 5-1-7 and Elucidator is 4-0-1. Both of those scores. So the support and the solo laner have 1 kill between them and 9 kills on them. This is huge.
Ymir's scary when you slaps people early game.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I love to do. You just play Ymir, you slap people. Slap them, slap to death.
But, slap them with a giant ice club.
Basically. It's also worth mentioning that Hearts-Go Boom didn't go for the Executioner, he went for the chin size, so he's going to be doing some true damage to people as he runs around. Well, I say it's true damage, it's percentage damage.
Yeah. Interesting pickup there. Rather than the crit.
I kind of like it because Horizon has a Warlock sash, so he has a lot of health.
True.
Kanye's building the Warlock sash. Shazao is just naturally tanky, he's got a lot of health himself. The only real thing is that he's not going to be able to outbox Empty Wolf all that much because Empty Wolf has more penetration with the Executioner.
Yeah, and he's now picking up a Rage, it looks like, so he's going to be able to crit using those, that passive stack, what is it called? It's on the tip of my tongue. That's the one. How do I not know that?
Thor's going up.
Oh, and now down on to Kanye. There's the beads forced out. Fear No Evil. Kanye at the backline taken extremely low. Here's Horizon dealing so much damage with his auto attacks, but the Circle of Protection will keep all of Synapse healthy in this fight. Horizon can't find anything. He's coming around the back now. Here is Hearts-Go Boom, and the Fist of the Gods coming out. Very interesting. Duke does get taken down by Bonke. There is the Sunbreaker going down. Excavate does go down as well. Shazao, will he die? It looks like he will die. Entropy takes that kill. Here comes Horizon. He's not going to find anything. Will he be taken down? It looks like it's in a...
He might actually get out of this if he's lucky. He does have the Mark of the Golden Crow onto him, so a Ricochet will stun him out, and he is going to get surrounded here.
Across the sky.
Across the sky, coming out here. Empty Wolf is
Fonke.
coming out to his friend. Fonke is getting very low, does get picked up before he goes up into the sky with the Anvil of Dawn.
But he will get taken down. Really unfortunate there for him. Ooh. And Synapse, that was a 1-for-2 trade in favor of them, but they didn't get anything else out of it other than the kills. Ping's going down now on Gold Fury. It looks like both teams want a snap at that.
Yeah, the Gold Fury now is worth the maximum amount. It does max out at 25 minutes in this current patch at 350 gold. Agony taking the Sikkim so that Entropy could go back in safety. Very well played by him. I'm a Monster going to get popped the game away from there as quickly as possible. I'm a Monster does give that movement speed buff. And he is level 20, so it is doubled.
That is That is a huge amount of damage coming through onto Kanye from Spirit Ball and the Wind Gusts, and just a little bit of damage coming up from Heartscope Boom as well. That was massive damage on the side of Synapse.
Agni's been doing a massive amount of damage. If we go ahead take a look at our player damage, Agni, no surprise, is at the top at just shy of 17,000 player damage. This one up is Duke at 15,000 player damage. Agni hurts. Isis hurts.
Isis does hurt, and for those of you who don't know, the further in Isis Spirit Ball travels, the more damage it deals, so up to a maximum of 1.5, I think?
I'm not entirely sure on the figures. All I know is, the further it go, the bigger boom.
Oh, there it is. Scaling in duration up to 1.5 seconds. Yeah, 1.5 damage at max range and 1.5 seconds at max range worth of CC.
Yeah, so actually Shazao getting pulled into Heartscope Boom. He does have that shin size to deal even more damage to the tankier people, but not a whole lot gonna go on there. Frostbat gets beast out, so nothing can get picked up there. Thor's going up though, he's gonna come crashing down onto Horizon.
And now Horizon, will he be taken down? Yes, Fonke picks that one up with into win ability, and that's a kill now. Here's the Shards of Ice down onto Shazao, he's slowed, there's Circle of Protection as well. Duke forced to somersault away, very nice grab with the Earthbreaker down onto Shazao. Fear No Evil and Rathatira are down. Here's the I'm a Monster, will it land? Yes it will, he'll pick up the first kill, he'll get the reset. Yeah, there is a double kill. Kanye triple kill for Kanye. Will he find the last one? No, he won't. He'll be taken down by the Wingus of Agony, and now it's 2v2. There's a crit coming out onto Agony. Beautiful Earthbreaker coming through. There's all the time I don't remember those. There is the driving strike across the skies, like you said. Yes, Spirit Ball beautifully placed. Elucidator picks up a double kill. Oh, and that is a deicide for Synapse.
Oh my god. Wolf just got greedy there. He could have gone Agni if he landed on him, but Agni recognized the danger and he juked backwards. And then Elucidator was there, got his back, just slapped him to death with that massive club of his. And now he's going to try and get this left-hand tower as low as possible. He might even get this tower down. He does have a lot of minions pounding down onto it.
Oh, actually, he's going to leave it there. Those minions will actually turn their attention towards the other minions. So that tower will stay up just for a little bit longer, but that's quite a significant amount of damage. And can we talk about that I'm a Monster series of kills?
Triple kill. I wanted that to keep on going, but unfortunately Elucidator chucked a boulder at the little girl. That's cruelty. Cruelty to children.
when that little girl kills 3 of your teammates, you want to try and take her down.
The little girl's picking on me. Throw a rock.
Massive boulder, 10 times the size of you, able to pick up the kill there.
But man, that was if Kanye didn't get that triple kill, that would have gone very bad for Cognitive Click. They would have gone that tower, no doubt.
Force in the air, beautiful.
Triple stun.
Like you said, triple stun. There is the slow coming down from Horizon. He's forced into the wall. Rewind coming out. Rathatira does go down. I'm a Monster not going to land this time. And unfortunately, it looks like Kanye will be taken down there. Nice ricochets from the... Oh, Agony picks up that last kill. I was going to say ricochets from the excavate between the wall from Thor and over here in the door lane. Looks like Empty Wolf and Heartscope Boom in a little bit of a duel. It looks like Empty Wolf was forced to back off there, and now the rest of Synapse are diving a tier 2 tower in the mid lane. What is going on? And where's the Fear No Evil? Does he have it? Yes, he does. There it is. He's gonna aggress now onto Agony. Will he be able to find him? That is a driving strike onto him. There's the first of the gods coming down. Overhand smash is gonna deal quite a lot of damage. He's teleported to those back camps. But he's gonna be taken down eventually by, who was it? It looked like Agony there.
Left-hand tower also going down to Heartscope Boom. That's gonna be another 300 gold to the rest of Synapse Gaming. Empty Wolf absolutely obliterated, but he does manage to get away.
Earthbreaker not being able to get him. He's on just under 100 HP. Mid lane tower going to be taken down by Agony, and now this is the siege run towards the Phoenix. Shazao doing his best to try and defend. Entropy will pick up the kill there. There's the crush now onto Heartscope Boom. It won't land. Kanye is going to return so much damage. Fonke now the point of attention. Will he be able to be taken down? No, he won't. Circle of Protection will keep him healthy with the rest of Synapse coming from Agony. That was... Whew, that was a lot of things happening at one time.
Synapse Gaming needs to be careful here. They're all very low here. They need to disengage, heal up, possibly get ready for a Fire Giant, because they can definitely fight in these team fights. And if they can force a fight, they might be able to wipe out Cognitive Click and then go for the Fire Giant, which could end up being close to game. Empty Wolf getting very low to that Spirit Ball.
And that Ice Wall did so much, keep him in place. Elucidator picks up Empty Wall. Fear No Evil did go down. Duke wasn't able to get a kill there though. There's the Sunbreaker zoning them off, and Duke trying to get away. Does the Earthbreaker come through for the kill? No, it doesn't. Agony and the rest of Synapse are going to be able to stay alive here. All got 1,000 gold in hand. Horizon now forced to beats from the Frost Breath, from Entropy, and wow, Synapse are playing so aggressive. Like I mentioned, they had 1,000 gold each in their pockets right now.
Yeah, as soon as Heartspoon comes back up, he's finished off the Rage. He's going to be looking for that Deathbringer now. He's going to be able to do a lot of damage combined with that chin size. So definitely high kill potential, but they just need to be careful. They can't get greedy like this because, as we saw in some of the previous games with Silicon, they went onto the Titan, but then they just got too greedy, tunnel visioned, and they threw it. They need to be careful. Cognitive Click going for this Fire Giant. They know if it's going to happen, it's going to go now. And they're going to go ahead and burn it down. I'm a monster game put down onto that. Everything's getting dumped, and the Fire Giant's getting very, very low, down to 30% health already. And Synapse Gaming have no idea this is happening.
No
right
idea
now.
at all. And now Cognitive with the Fire Giant, that'll put them...
This is big.
That'll close the gap a little bit. It won't put them ahead, but it will close the gap, give them that little bit of advantage that they need to try to fight back into this game. Synapse 26-14, 35 minutes into the match. Here's Vonka. He's trying to delay their backs as much as possible.
That's
he hits
rude.
Kanye with that. Moni is a 2-minute now. He's going to try and push out the solo lane towards that tier 2 tower, the very last one standing. Ooh. And I'd just like to point out, in O is Elucidator on this Hercules.
Oh my god, just... Why is this a thing? Hercules is either absolutely amazing, you can't kill him and he kills your entire team, or he's just rubbish. He's very... You have to be ahead to be able to do something, and he's definitely ahead at the moment. But like you said, this Fire Giant is not going to be able to put Cognitive ahead, but it's going to bring them back, and that means Synapse isn't going to be able to get that Fire Giant buff, and they're not going to be able to push out this game immediately. So it is going to prolong the game a little bit longer.
And Ymir is 7-2. He's got Ethereal Staff. He's got Pin Boots. And everything else is tanky. He's got Spirit Robes. Oh wow, very nice Ricochet hitting 2 people from Heartscope Boom. But the Fire Giant buff will keep them sustained. Fonke off the backside, look at him. He's trying to get that that Anvil of Dawn to try and land on multiple... But like we saw before, he landed a 4-man Anvil of Dawn, and Freemason actually on the side of Silicon in previous round matches, he landed 5-man ultimates, 4-man ultimates on that Thor.
Yeah, Thor, if he gets in with a good ultimate, he can really turn around the team. Not really used for the damage, it does fairly low damage as it is, and fairly low, not fairly low scaling, but for an ultimate it is. But it's for that ultimate, as soon as you see the Thor dunk down, everyone jumps on top of them, the rest of the crowd control comes on, gets everyone, and the Spirit Ball comes up, hits everyone, does half their health, and then it just goes on from there.
Kanye forced to beats here, but he does get stunned out. Here's the I'm a Monster. Will it land? No, it won't. And Kanye's going to be taken down by the Excavate from Elucidator. Fear No Evil down. And the teleport from Duke followed through on the Molnia's Attunement, and the Infuse Strikes will be able to secure the kill there from Duke. That Fire Giant doing work. There's a Nature's Grasp onto Agony. There's beads coming through, and the Circle of Protection changing this fight around. Duke will be taken down by those Wind Gusts. There's this, the Shards of Ice coming through, and now Horizon and Wolfie are between a Ice Wall and a Hard Place, and there is Heartscope Boom picking up the kill onto Empty Wolf. That is their 80 carry, but they still have DPS in the form of Horizon. He's going to get taken back with those...
Sorry.
Excuse me, with that...
They still have damage in the form of Horizon? No, they don't. He just got
Not
blown
anymore.
And now Shazao is the only person with the Fire Giant left on him. All that's going to do for him is give him a lot of sustain. On top of the sustain he already has, but he's not going to be able to do much. And the first person to come up is Kanye in 10 seconds, but this Phoenix could definitely go down in that time. Elucidator not wasting any time, jumping straight into that Phoenix, so the Heartscope Boom and Agony can go straight for the kill.
Do you reckon this will be game here? But they don't. Oh, I don't know.
It could be dangerous. The Lucidate is
Is
very
Armor
low.
Monster?
Armor Monster coming out doesn't manage to hit anyone.
The
They need
Phoenix
to be very
gets
careful here.
taken down though. Phoenix in the end did go down to Synapse Elucidator. He's gonna heal up with that mitigate wounds. So effective there.
Still hasn't died. He's 10-0-9. What the hell is this? And now he's gone ahead and bought 2 red pots. Oh, he's gone and sold them
He's
now.
got a 3k pot
And
and
he's
a
got
red
the
pot.
elixir of power and the potion of physical might, so he's gonna be doing even more damage now.
And he's so tanky with that shield of regrowth. If you don't know, it's 20 physical power. 20 physical power, 30 physical protection, 10% cooldown reduction, and when you heal yourself with the mitigate wounds, it gives you a movement speed increase, so he can get through the team fight as much as he wants with that passive.
And Hercules excels with a lot of movement speed. A lot of people don't really see a lot of this, but if you put movement speed on Hercules, he can get into position behind someone to push them away. If someone's not quite in range of the Earthbreaker, you can get up close enough to them, bring them back, and then push them back to your team. So positioning with that movement speed is very strong. Kanye gonna go get Gress on. He's used so many armor monsters defensively, doesn't manage to hit anything. And a weakening curse coming out there to try and stop the movement speed, trying to stop that aggression.
Like you mentioned with the positioning from Hercules, he's got the heavenly agility and teleport if required to go behind the enemy. On top of that shield of regrowth movement speed, that's huge repositioning. Like you mentioned, helps with the Earthbreaker. All Duke now, all of the Tectonic Rift is not going to land from Fonke. They both have their speed buffs. Whose speed buff is stronger?
Speed buff is stronger indeed, doesn't matter because you're gonna go ahead, take that tower, and Duke's just gonna look on in absolute fear as the rest of Synapse Gaming push in there. Frost Breath coming out,
Kanye.
Spirit Ball doing a lot of damage. Kanye is just getting focused out of his games. He is a lot of the major damage. Big round of Terror coming out onto 5 people.
And there's the Amber of Dawn. Thor's in the EO. Who will he go down on? Shards of Ice did get planted down as well. Here is this every single ultimate pop right now. It is a huge cluster of death and damage. The Empty Wolf, will he go down? Yes, he wasn't, unfortunately, repositioned to the back line.
He's a monster.
Here is the I'm a Monster Cardio with 1 kill. Will he be able to find a second one? He's very, very low. No, he will not. He will go down to Fonke. Agony picks up Horizon off the backside there, and that is the Phoenix. And Timmy, it looks like game here.
This could be game. Shazao can't do enough by himself. He's either going to get focused out here by all this damage pushed onto him, which he is going to go down. That's Deicide. This is game.
Deicide. Second Deicide of the Good Force Synapse. Shut down Cognitive right at the end here, and good game, well played to Synapse Gaming. Picking up the, I think it's their 4th win of the day.
The Elucidator is still lost because he died.
He died? No!
He died at the very end. Kanye picked him up with the Armor Monster. At the very end.
Why?
No!
10, 1, and 11. He had a 21 KDA.
Still very respectable.
That beautiful play. Beautiful play. He didn't die up until right at the end there. He didn't even really need to stay alive, to be fair, so he could have done whatever he wanted. He played so aggressive throughout the entire game. 10, 1, and 11, definitely the MVP. Beautiful Earthbreakers, driving strikes, excavates, and that mitigate wounds, keeping him sustained throughout the entire game. Again,
look at Agony. At the very end, he came up with 35,800 player damage. The next one, the closest one is Husko Boom, just barely 100 damage below him. Now, if I do maths, it's 150 below him.
Maths is hard.
Lot, yeah. A lot of damage coming out from Agony. So many good Spirit Balls, and then that chin size gave Husko Boom so much sustainable damage. Kanye was getting focused out so much, he couldn't really do a whole lot because he just didn't have the health. If he went into the monster form, when you're attacking, you don't move. So that's Mjolnir's Determined, that's Excavate, that's Spirit Ball. It's very hard to stay alive when you're very low like that. So unfortunately, if he did manage to get away from that, or if this focus wasn't onto him, this game could have gone very different.
Oh, so that will be the 4th win for Synapse Gaming. They'll be 4 and 3, I think it is. No, Not just yet. They are currently. Let's take a look at the brackets. They are 4-2. Excuse me. Team Kamikaze currently sitting on 6-0. They have not dropped a match at all today. That's
Kamikaze
actually
just doing work today.
So your current seeds for the Pro League already is TCAM. That's a definite qualifier. Nothing can stop them now. Even if they lose the next match, they're still qualified. Synapse and Law both 4-2, and Silicon are sitting at 4-2 as well. So it's a three-way tie currently, and then Ivory sitting on 3-3.
Yeah. So coming up next, we are going to see if we can get Silicon versus Ivory, which will be the one to determine who goes to Pro League and who doesn't.
Yep. So Silic's sitting at
4-2,
and 2, and Ivory are sitting at 3-3. So if Ivory beat Silicon, they'll be tied up. But then it goes to the head-to-head. Whoever beat the enemy in their match against each other. So if two teams are tied, it's whoever beat the other team that they're tied up in. So if Ivory win the next match, they go through to the Pro League due to that rule there.
Yes, very, very exciting. That game will be coming up in just a moment here. Stick around and find out what will happen.
from the fray. When structure falls and all else fails, we will build it once again. We can climb high, higher than before, or we could stand by while it burns to the floor, though we cannot fly. We will build and the wounds will mend as we build it once again.
As I fell to the ocean floor, fading light through an open door, I saw myself rise with the water. They thought they could keep me down, hold that breath and watch me drown, but all they did was push me higher. We don't care what they say, we will be here all day. We'll stay here till it's over, till the world's out of sight. We will stand, we will fight, it's not over till it's over. Through the nights in the rain, through the time and the pain, the stand will never fall. And then at the end of it all, we will win, we will chant, it's not over till it's
Hello folks and welcome to the final match of day 2 of our Smite Oceanic Pro League qualifiers. We've got a great matchup coming your way. My name is Hughes. And joining me for this one is the amazing, the wonderful Timmy.
I wouldn't go that far. I don't know about that.
Downplay yourself, Timmy. Now, just before we start picks and bans, the stakes of this
very
game
important.
have never been higher. This match will determine who is the 4th and final spot in the Smite Oceanic Pro League. Our other 3 teams have already been decided. Coming in first today was Team Kamikaze, followed by Law Gaming, and then Synapse Gaming. So whoever wins this one between Ivory and Silicon is going to go to the Smite Oceanic Pro League.
Simple as that. Whoever wins makes it a pro league. As you said, gonna go ahead in here. First picks and bans coming up here. Thor game banned out here against Freemason. He's been running rampant with Thor all game, all day.
And then on the other side from Silicon, we could see that they're banning out Loki, maybe worried about that split push coming out from Synchro. Loki also going into the backline a lot and can maybe tear through a squishier lineup that Silicon are looking to play out here. Apollo then banned from the side of Ivory. Apollo, noted split pusher, obviously with that across the sky, as well as that they're worried they maybe target banning out Rana Barana, who's only recently changed to ADC and maybe has a more limited god pool than another ADC. We've seen him play Ula a fair bit as well as Apollo, so it's going to be interesting to see what Silicon goes into here. And then on the side of Silicon, banning out for their final ban is going to be Bologna.
Yeah, you don't want to give Bologna. I've seen Bologna maybe once or twice during today, and she's been doing so well. The Eagles rally is such a strong buff when you're standing inside of it. The bludgeon does a lot of damage, as well as just all that versatility from all the different kinds of weapons that can come out. You get a very high attack chain for those auto attack. Even if you build chin size, heavy hammer on her is just absolutely ridiculous, and she gives so much pressure. First pick again up here, like you said, is Athena, followed by Ymir and Scylla.
Yeah, so the Athena first pick is a very strong one. And both Athena and Sylvanas have made it through picks and ban stages, and Athena gonna go ahead and be the first pick. Can go between the support, solo, or jungle role, as I said before, even maybe the mid laner if you're feeling particularly risky, but Athena provides a lot of versatility for a team, can output a lot of damage and provide a lot of peel at the same time. On the side of Silicon, we see Ymir and Scylla being picked up. Ymir really rising to the top of the Guardian ranks as a premier support, and Scylla, a noted late game mage, able to put out a lot of damage very quickly, really bursty and great at securing objectives with her I'm a Monster. Looking back towards Ivory now, and the Sylvanas is still open, but they've gone for Geb and Medusa.
Yeah, they don't have to ban out Sylvanas because Ymir's already picked up. It's unlikely that they'll go into the jungle, although Ymir does so well against, Geb does so well against Ymir, because as soon as the Frost Breath comes out, if Geb didn't get hit by it, he can just cleanse it off his teammate immediately. Medusa getting picked up here, so that's a lot of kill potential. And we say before, you put, say, a late game hunter with a Sylvanas, that helps a hunter get into that late game. Geb struggles a little bit early, but Medusa excels, so it's kind of like the same thing, but opposite around. Geb is very strong in the late game, one of the best team fights. Guardians has one of the best Guardian abilities with that Stone Shield, being able to save people, especially when there's a Scylla on the line.
Exactly right. Then on the side of Silicon, we could see that Ula is in fact picked up by Rana Barana there. He did some nice work with that earlier in the day. Looking towards our next round of bans, we see Tyr banned out from Ivory Gaming, obviously a target at top notch there, and then Poseidon banned out from Silicon, and then I mean, Sylvanas is still open. They could have played Ymir in the jungle, but they've gone Cabrakan.
Bracken is just so scary. Even more so when the penetration got put back onto the shoes of Magi. Come in, blink in, seismic crush, refraction shields. That's all your health gone. He still has the ultimate and the tremors to bring you down even further. And look at the lineup. No one has a jump. No one has a teleport. Only Giannis can get out there with the portal if he is at a wall. This is the perfect lineup for Cabrakan. If you have jumps, Cabrakan just does nothing. The ultimate can't trap anyone. You can't force anyone to come back towards you and towards your team when you engage onto people. Cabrakan is just so strong right now. It's ridiculous.
Yep, and also we can see a Ra picked up now. So that looks like it's looks like there's going to be a Janus solo for the side of Ivory Gaming, and then the final pickup for Silicon is going to be that Odin that Top Notch is so heavily favored. So this lineup for Ivory is very interesting. It's going to be an Athena jungle and a Geb support.
Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and jump into this match in a quick moment.
And we're
gonna keep on going here. So, what was picked up first, the Ra or the Odin? Because I know Ivory loves to do the double mage, put a mage in the solo lane just for that actual oomph onto the objectives for the secure. But Ra inside of an Odin ring doesn't do much. The healing doesn't do anything. He can't get away, he can't get out at any point unless he gets combat blink. So if it is a Ra solo, it's going to be very difficult for him.
Exactly right. I really like Silicon's lineup. They've got a large amount of peel for their backline. Their backline has essentially remained the same all day. Just Rogue and Rana Barana. Freemason's gone some tankier assassins, or junglers I should say, rather than necessarily hyper carries. And it's just been working well for them when they've been able to keep the enemy team off of that backline. And yes, so with this Cabrakan edition, I think that's really going to play out in their favor. As you mentioned, no jumps, really detrimental for Ivory.
Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and jump straight into this game. No breaks, no holds. This is the game that decides who goes to Pro League. Usually before anything comes out, anyone tries to 5-man rotate to try and seal out the game early, let's go ahead and introduce our teams.
So on the blue side of your screen, fighting under the blue health bars, we have got Ivory Gaming. Synchro is in the solo lane as Janus. Jack47 in the jungle as Athena. Mr. Mouse himself is in the middle as Ra. Sup Me Off and Rob Diggity are going to be your duo lane as Geb and Medusa.
And on the right side of your spectator UI, find out the Chaos side, we have Silicon Sports, Notch's Odin in the solo lane. Freemason playing Cabrakan into the jungle. Mid lane will be Just Rogue on Scylla once again, and your dual lane will be Nightkirk and Rana Barana as Ymir and Ula.
The front line of Silicon Gaming is going to be very difficult for Ivory to get past. You're going to really need Rob Diggity and Synchro to step it up in terms of damage, because the Ra pick from Mouse isn't going to be doing a whole lot of damage, and the Athena jungle as well is going to be just a lot of setup for the rest of the team.
Well, here's the thing, like you said, there's a lot of frontline from Silicon, but they need to be able to act quickly when something happens. Speaking of which, on the left-hand side, there's going to be an invade potential. Hand of the Gods is used already, does still get picked up by Ivory Gaming. Nice work by Sup Me Off using the Shockwave. But let's say Cabrakan goes in to gank Mouse, right? You either have to burst him down so much that he doesn't want to fight, or you have to crowd control him so long that he can't stun you. If you don't do anything to Cabrakan, he's just going to be able to do nothing. He's just going to be able to roll right onto you.
Exactly right. And you mentioned in the pregame the wall that Freemason's going to be able to put up, as well as Top Notch with those Odin and Cabrakan picks, with no jumps and essentially no escapes coming from the side of Ivory that can get through those, except for maybe a Janus portal if they're against a wall somewhere. It's going to be very difficult, and it's going to set up really well from the Armor Monster from Just Rogue, as well as Rana Barana just auto-attacking in there. Nightkirk's freeze and wall as well just really gives Silicon a lot of zoning potential around objectives and just setting up for a lot of team fights.
I would love to see a tectonic shift with an ice wall to close someone off. Bracken just in there using the tremors, and then there's a armor monster coming in inside that little circle of death. Just absolutely nothing you can do. Now this purple buff is going to go ahead and get invaded on. I am a time traveler. My apologies. I need to try and keep that information to myself. Otherwise, I'll get in trouble with the power with the powers of beyond.
So all the buffs just going to be started up here as per usual, except for the purple buff on the left-hand side, which does get invaded by Silicon, but it is still taken by Ivory. Both Silicon's going to be a little bit behind here because they're going to have to go for their purple buff now and might lose out on some lane pressure. Yeah,
you don't want to lose against a Geb because a lot of times in the dual lane, the lane will just not move. You clear the minions, the enemy clears the minions, there's a little bit of poke, a little bit of fighting, but then in the end, the minions still end up at the same spot. And you want to push Geb back into his tower so you can't farm up.
Exactly right. I'm really interested in this solo lane matchup between Synchro and Top Notch. Top Notch is obviously going to have the early game being an Odin, and Synchro being a squishy character in a Janus might really set him back. He might fall too far
left
behind.
hand side though, Submyoff getting incredibly low here. There's no rain of hails, no axe throw coming out here though to pick him off there, but he's in incredibly dangerous spots. But yeah, as you were saying, like over in the solo lane, the thing that I'm gonna be looking for is because the Ring of Spears is so large, it's easy for Synchro to get next to a wall if he's on the wrong side. So if he sticks onto the left-hand side towards the jungle, he might be able to get away if Top Notch does go for that aggression.
Exactly right. We've got a little bit of a pause here. Just keep talking about these teams for the moment. Yeah, the Janus is going to be an interesting one. If he can manage to get to mid to late game, he's really going to be doing a lot for Ivory. But if Top Notch shuts him down early with that Odin, it's going to be difficult for Ivory to come back with one of their main damage dealers being essentially out of the fight. As well as that, since he's in the solo lane, he's away from a lot of the team fights for the first part of the game. He does have his through space and time ultimate to get him in there, but it's going to be extreme. I'd rather have seen this in the middle lane, so he's able to rotate to duo more effectively than the solo lane, because he's got to get all the way across the map for that Gold Fury. It's going to be extremely difficult, so game is going to be unpaused here. Top Notch engaging onto Synchro here. Top Notch a little bit slowed and going to do some extra damage onto him, but Synchro getting to just above half health, I should say, and luckily surviving that one. Top Notch doesn't have his rings available, a Ring of Spears available. Over on the left-hand side, Submyoff has regained some health. Rob Diggity aggresses heavily onto Rana. Nice knock up there from Submyoff. Rana getting awfully low, forced to back now, so nice work from the boys of Ivory.
This is very important for Ivory. Like I said before, Medusa does well in the early game, but Geb doesn't. This is big for Submyoff because Geb is very passive. The Stone Shield doesn't do all that much. It starts off a very low amount of health and it scales with his own level, given 50 health per level. So at the moment, he gets an additional 200 health? Something like that. No, it's 20 per level, my apologies. But if he manages to get ahead early, he snowballs.
Over on the right-hand side, Freemasons aggressing onto Synchro under tower. Nice stun. Ring of Spears comes out. Down goes Synchro. First blood going the way of Silicon Gaming. Excellent work there between the jungler and solo.
Yeah, he did try to use the through space and time. Maybe in a little bit of a panic, tried to get that CC immunity to stop all the stuns from Freemason. However, even if it did shot off, it wouldn't be able to do him any justice. He cannot portal through walls. You can portal on the ground to try and avoid some of the damage, but that's the most you can do. You need a natural wall to portal out on.
Exactly right. I think that was interesting on the left-hand side of the map is that Rob Diggity and Submyoff were actually pushing the Silicon duo lane back under their own tower. Now, you wouldn't expect that with a Medusa and Geb going up against an Ula and Ymir. Ula and Ymir have a much better lane clear than Medusa and Geb combo, and you would have expected the pressure to be going the other way around. I think that comes from the purple buff invade that Silicon tried to go for at the start.
Right, because Ivory was able to push up the lane bleed. They had that early golden XP from that purple buff, and then Silicon had to go back to their own purple and kind of delay themselves out a little bit. So it is even again, once again, a little bit in favor of Silicon in terms of how far the wave can get pushed up here. Freemason lurking around in the solo lane, just going to show some presence, get some XP up, and Synchro, he definitely knows the danger now after getting first blooded.
Exactly right. Once you've gotten that first blood taken against you, you don't want to be put in that position again. You can see Ivory going for a 3-man back camp there, and then the red buff. Gonna lose out on a little bit of XP. I haven't seen too much of Jack 47 this game. He's been a really strong presence for Ivory in their last couple of games. We saw him do excellent work on that, Wheelix, sorry, against Cognitive Gaming. We need to see him step up in this game as well and really provide the extra oomph that Ivory needs to take it to the next level and be in the Pro League.
Right, well, Athena can definitely do a lot of damage early, but once you start getting a little bit of penetration, that's when she starts getting really dangerous. Something like a Void Stone into a bit of cooldown reduction so you can start attacking more and more often, then Athena becomes very dangerous.
Exactly right, exactly right. Once he starts getting a little bit more of that damage online, he needs to decide whether he wants to go for damage or utility in this match, because he can either go the cooldown boots or the pen boots. If he wants to go pure setup for his team, he'll go for the cooldowns. If he wants to be doing work himself, he'll go for the pen boots. But I realistically think he needs to do damage, because most of the damage is coming out of Synchro and Rob Diggity, the mid laner with the Ra, more utility than damage. And it takes a lot of skill to be able to hit a lot of those Ra abilities, and if Mouse doesn't have that skill, then it's going to really cost Ivory.
Right, from Ivory, a lot of the magical damage, a lot of the damage in general, is going to be whether or not you can actually hit it. So, like you said, Ra's fairly utilitable, Yanis can definitely be very utility based, so I'm expecting a lot of damage coming out here from Jack.
Exactly right. Over in the left-hand side lane, Rob Diggity, Runner just going out a little bit, but there's a 3-man grouping of Silicon. They're going for the red buff. I thought they might have been trying to gank Rob Diggity, but Rob under his own tower there. Here comes a rotation from Mr. Mouse, though. Just looking for these mid-camps, I think. We haven't really seen too much excitement in this early game here. We saw the purple buff invade, but, you know, both teams kind of going fairly vanilla at this point.
Right, well, there's a lot on the line here. The winner here does go to Pro League, so if you mess up, it's going to cost your team a lot. Mouse getting aggressed onto.
Blink from Freemason into the mid lane, onto Mouse, stuns him under his own tower, but here comes the Defender of Olympus from Jack 47. This is just right, nice taunt there. Snipe there from Mouse, doesn't manage to hit anyone, unfortunately for him, but here comes Rob Diggity looking on the side, lurking, but the Silicon boys are spotted out. There's a lot of CC available for them. There's the
she's a monster.
Other monster comes through. Rob Diggity extremely low. There's the Tremors from Freemason. Rob gets a kill to Freemason, but Nightkirk takes down Rob Diggity in return. Nightkirk getting chased by everyone on Ivory. Jack looking for a nice taunt. Mouse picks up a kill there. 1-for-1 trade for Ivory and Silicon, and as well as that, sorry, 2-for-1 trade, actually. My mistake. So trading out there nicely for Ivory. Synchro ready to cross top notch at the mid camps. Caught out now. Here comes the boys from Ivory.
Yes, Top Notch does have the Rune Spears available for him. I'm the Monster is on cooldown, so no damage from there. Top Notch being able to shield himself with the Raven Shout, it does act a lot like a Geb shield, so that does get him out of a lot of sticky situations fairly easily. Run is going to go ahead and look for this purple buff, try and take it away. Sub me off, may not be able to secure this. He just used his Hand of the Gods, and he's not close enough to be able to see it.
Yeah, he needs to. It'll take Rob Diggity to stop this purple buff.
Oh, the blink!
No, here comes Sub me off. Blinks through the wall to save his duo lane partner's purple buff there. That's a bit of an interesting choice. I didn't think purple buff would be worth that much, but evidently Ivory have placed a high value on that buff.
Well, it's not so much like purple buff, gives this much damage and this much attack speed. It's more, Rob says, I don't want Runner to have a purple buff when I don't have a purple buff. I don't want him getting ahead of me because I want to be able to kick his ass.
Exactly right. You can see Silicon hovering around those mid camps. The respawn time is not very high on them. Freemason maybe just lurking for a kill onto Mouse here. He does have 2 other members of his team, but Jack 47 and something off are in here. For blink through the wall from Freemason doesn't get much onto Mouse. He's forced to use his beads. Is the mid laner for Ivory now. Just Rogue takes a large amount of damage from the Celestial Beam of Mr. Mouse, but manages to use the Sentinel to get out of there nicely. And healing coming through from Mouse manages to kind of get him away from that fight with not much consequence.
I want to see more commitment coming from Freemason on these games, because right now he's just thinking in, using the Seismic Crush, but there's no ultimate, there's no tremors, there's no follow-up, and that's mostly because Jack's always been around, Frost Breath going on to set Jack and the Sikkim, trying to keep him in place, stop that full disengage. But if Jack wasn't around, Mouse would have died so many times over already because of all these ganks.
True, very true. I think Freemason's still thinking a little bit too much like a support player. Used to be the support from Silicon. They've had a number of roster changes, and particularly playing Ares, he would just blink in their user ultimate. Oh, Runner picks up a kill in the left lane onto Rob Diggity. Nice work there. A nice solo effort from him. I think Freemason's still thinking a little bit like a support, as I said, just blinking and using his CC abilities to burn some beads rather than necessarily committing like he'd expect the jungle to do. Something off, blinks in, gets a Cataclysm onto Just Rogue. Nice snipe there from Mouse. First hot Ras Knight we've seen all day. Very nicely paid from Ivory.
Very nicely done indeed, but Piranha is going to go ahead, push down this left-hand tower. Sub Me Off is on the way. All out's going full speed, but it's not going to make it all the way. Piranha is going to go ahead and back underneath the tower, avoid any kind of disengagement there. Well,
on the right-hand side, Top Notch jumps onto Synchro. Synchro portals through the floor to try and avoid some of that damage, but Top Notch not really following up on it too much. Synchro playing it awfully safe there, but Top Notch getting some nice poke, and he's really been keeping Synchro out of these team fights.
He really has, and you said earlier before, Giannis usually does well in mid lane because he can go either duo or solo. Frostpath coming out here onto Mouse does take a fair bit of damage from the Glacial Strike. Ship coming down through space and time, there's not going to be a lot of follow-up. He's just getting here to make sure there's no funny business. But Mouse going in quite deep here. He might know there's going to be no Ice Wall Frost Breath combo coming out there. But like you were saying before, like, even though he can't get over to the dual lane with that through space and time, he can get over to that mid lane, and that's where a lot of these team fights are. So he definitely can be inside this in these team fights, but Top Notch is just putting on that pressure. If he leaves, that's how it could go down.
Exactly right. At the moment, Top Notch is out rotating at Janus in the solo lane. Mouse getting engaged upon by Freemason, but just pops a heal for himself under his own tower. He is to be fine. There's an Iron Monster from Just Rogue, a little preemptively popped there and just uses it on the minion, so a bit of a wasted ultimate.
Unfortunately, that is quite big for Ivory Gaming, because now if they want to try and gank onto Just Rogue, he doesn't have CC immunity, the movement speed, and that massive damage potential from the Armor Monster. So hopefully we might see Jack try and take advantage of that.
Exactly right. I haven't seen enough of Jack. I've seen him pull off a couple of nice taunts here and there, but he hasn't had the same presence in this game as he did in the last one we casted that was featuring the Ivory boys. As we say that now, he's rotating towards the right lane, but he walks across a ward from Silicon, and so Top Notch is just going to spot him out.
Left lane, Freemason's going to go in here. Doesn't manage to get anything. The last rate does get him away from the Seismic Crush. But as we were talking about Jack, he got a Hardboard Amulet, so he doesn't really have all that much damage. He's just basically like a second support in the jungle.
Exactly right. Now, Sup Me Off comes through the wall to save Rob Diggity there. Defender of Olympus coming through from Jack. Ivory maybe looking to engage. Sup Me Off rolling out through the minion wave. There's Jack. Nice taunt onto Freemason. Sup Me Off knocks him up there as well. There's a shield wall. Nice freeze from Nightcirk. Glacial Strike comes through. Shield from Sup Me Off onto Cataclysm as well. There's the Petrify. The heals from Mouse are real. There's a Crusher from Just Rogue. Nightcirk off with another snipe from Mr. Mouse. Look at that man go. Synchro rotates around. Nice portal for Piranha. He's down through the wall. There's a shield wall from Jack. Puts down the taunt as well. Mouse has got himself a double kill. Freemason blinks in. He's looking for Sup Me Off, but he shields himself very nicely.
Oh, Top Notch is now here. Spear's coming down. There's no way Sup Me Off can get out of this one. Although he's still alive. There we go. He gets taken out by Freemason. Armor Monster does come out there, doing some bad damage. Good Confound coming out. That's going to be a double kill here for the side of Ivory. This is
exactly
big.
right. Ivory really taking this team fight very comfortably away from Silicon. Also, the Ring of Spears from Top Notch, what it did, which really doomed something up there. Oh, Just Rogue uses the Aegis beautifully to avoid the Unstable Vortex. But the Ring of Spears, what that did there was it prevented 100% of the healing from the Ra heals. So even though Mouse was healing up Sup Me Off, the snipe from Synchro nearly got Just Rogue. So even though Mr. Mouse was healing up Sup Me Off there, it didn't count for anything because he was in Odin's Ring of Spears.
Unfortunately, yes, but the Odin Ring of Spears does not affect Shield. So Raven Shield, Geb's Shield, Nemesis Shield, they all still matter. They still get they don't get affected by that. So he did manage to stay alive for such a long time, just purely with those Geb Shields just hanging on by a thread.
And that kept Silicon's players around a little bit too long, where Ivory was able to turn on them very effectively. Mouse got some nice skill shots out there in that one. We thought that maybe the Ra was not going to be doing much in the way of damage, but so far he's proven the caster's curse right, and our opinion's wrong.
Basically, yes. Oh, Top Notch going ahead and ult in onto Synchro. Synchro in a lot of damage. Tremors coming out there, but the beads will prevent that Defender of Olympus coming out onto Synchro, forcing a disengage. And there's a massive grouping over here on the right-hand side.
And that was 2 ultimates forced from Ivory for the cost of 1 on the side of Silicon, so they'll take that as a worth it trade. Freemason still has his one available in the mid lane. Just Rogue hits a nice crusher onto Mouse and something off, but once again, the Ra heals are just going to heal up all that damage and make it count for naught.
Basically, yeah, there's going to be a lot of back and forth at this moment. Right-hand tower is going to get pressured a little bit. Freemason is going to go ahead and move towards there, just get a little bit of extra damage. But Silicon, they're in a very aggressive spot trying to smother out Ivory Gaming.
Exactly right, and now looks like Synchro is going to try and prevent his blue buff from being stolen. Takes it out with the Unstable Vortex, very nice, but may pay the price of his life as Nightcirk is here. So much damage onto Synchro. Oh, through the wall beautifully. Beautiful play there from the solo laner of Ivory.
That was beautiful. If he did that just a second later, he would have been dead. That was perfect by him. And he went back around and got the blue buff. So completely worth. 3 space and time coming out here, going to go on towards this right-hand side. Runner sees it now. He's going to go ahead and disengage as the rest of Ivory Gaming start to move towards there.
We haven't seen any objectives really been looked at from either of these teams in terms of Full Fury or even buff camp steals, other than the ones we just saw there. So, you know, one of these teams is going to eventually start thinking, hey, it's get past that 15-minute mark. Gold Fury's starting to become worth it. Let's group for it and go.
Yes, but like, it's just so high pressure at the moment. There's so much running on this game. If one person slips up because they try and get a little bit greedy, it could spell disaster for the entire team. Like you said, Gold Fury is starting to be worth a little bit more now, so a bit of contention may start focus onto there, but it's still a little bit too early for Fire Giant.
Here comes Rhino, gets a nice axe onto Sup Me Off. There's the defender of Olympus for Jack, looking to peel for his support player. Gets a nice damage, but Top Roger's in the back line, forces a combat blink. Mouse, he just barely managed to get out with his life. Jack throws it in and with a wall. He's going to go down here. Will he? Oh, nice stone shield from Sup Me Off, but he's caught by the wall. The Tremors, Rhino picks up a kill. Here comes the rest of Ivory Gaming, though. Synchro gets a nice unstable vortex through. Sup Me Off forced to get out through Silicon Gaming's own backline. Silicon are going to know that he's there and try and get him out. But no, they're looking towards Synchro and Mouse at the moment.
They're trying to have a quick look, see if they can't catch him. Top Notch almost saw him there if he stuck around right where he was. But he's not going to be able to find anything there. There's going to be a complete disengage. Evan's going to just go back to base, farm up a little bit, just get ready for that next fight. Oh man, this is a game. Dixie? Alright, unfortunately it seems that we have lost Hughesy at the moment, so we're going to go ahead.
Nope, sorry. That was an error. So if we look at our graphs actually at the moment, it's a barely XP difference in favor of Ivory Gaming, and Gold actually in the favor of both of those leads very marginal. Another team fight almost breaking out here in the middle. Synchro uses that through space at time to get back in. Just Rogue back in because he has no mana. Top Notch uses his jump off to the side on a mid camp, so won't have it up for the next couple of seconds.
I thought I lost you.
No, I'm still around. You're stuck with me.
Oh, don't say it like that. You're stuck with me. Don't forget it. But yeah, we're going to see a lot of just back and forth at the moment. As soon as something happens, it's going to be a domino effect. So as soon as someone steps out of line, someone gets a kill, or there's a big objective still, everything's just going to blow up in the other person's face. And it's very high pressure at the moment.
Exactly right. See a 3-man grouping from Ivory around the mid lane, maybe looking just to secure this red buff, or they could be thinking of the Gold Free because Just Rogue is there with Nightcirk. They're just this is around the time when one of these teams is going to go for it.
Right, there's a lot more focus going on to this Gold Fury now, so we are going to see a fight around there at the moment. But a lot of Silicon are very split up across the map, whereas Ivory are kind of more focused towards this mid area. Confound coming onto Just Rogue, Cataclysm coming out onto Just Rogue, Hot Brass Snipe in him, but Just Rogue gets out there with a fraction of health.
That was incredible.
Through space and time?
Synchro attempted to through space and time. Ultra Sniper is not going to find anything. Mouse has been on point with those Ra snipes this game. He's managed to hit every single one of them. Very impressive there from the mid laner of Ivory.
Yes, if we take a quick look at our top player damage, we have Runner at the very top, followed by Just Rogue. But as you said, Mouse is on the third there with 6,600 player damage, just going into 6,700. Those Ra snipes have been on point, a lot of good celestial beams doing a lot of damage. He did get that Shoes of the Magi for that early penetration, as well as now he's building to that Book of Thoth. So now he's going to get a lot more mana, which means he can start sustaining for his team for a longer period of time, for longer sieges, but it's also going to mean a lot more power, a lot more damage.
Exactly right. I really like the Book of Toth pickup. He said more mana means he can use his abilities more often. I think he's going to build into a Cronus' Pendant now, just to be laying down those heals a little bit more. Then probably a Lotus Crown. Unfortunately, that's going to mean he's going to drop off a little bit in terms of power compared to Just Rogue, who's going to be going for a pure damage build, as that's what you want in that Scylla, compared to a Ra, who you want to do a lot more utility for your team. On the flip side of that, though, Ivory do have Synchro out there to provide a lot of damage.
Yeah, Synchro is doing a lot of at the moment. We saw in a previous game, he was doing a massive amount of work with that Yana solo. And we've just been kind of dumbfounded with just how effective it is.
Fight breaking out around this Gold Fury now. Nightkirk being taunted by Jack 47. Coming off just taking a lot of Gold Fury aggression, needs to get out of there very quickly. And Freemason gets some nice hits onto Rob Diggity, who's forced to pop his beats to run away. I'm a monster up from Just Rogue. Can he find someone? He's is walking to the area, but Jack takes a lot of damage there. The Tremors are out, and the Wars from Cabracket. Nice knock up there from Start Me Off, but nice snipe there as well from Mouse. Jack 47 extremely low. He needs to get Rana Barana's chasing. Axe misses, but a jump hits. There goes Jack 47 falling to Rana Barana. Top Notch is in the back line of Ivory now. Nice crusher through the wall from Just Rogue. Top Notch still in a bit of danger here. Here comes Freemason though, onto Rob Diggity. Nice dash away in order to prevent the stun, but Freemason extremely low. There's the Tremors. Something going in for the kill, but Just Rogue picks him up with a crusher. Synchro's in the backline though, still looking for that kill. On towards Freemason, he picks him up, but there's 4 members of Silica chasing him. Nice portal through the wall, and here comes the backline of Ivory.
How is Nightkirk still alive? He was in front of Mouse and Rob there. He does get picked up there finally, but he just frost breath and just walked away and let Top Notch deal with them. Top Notch now getting very low here. Does have to jump away there.
The fight's just still going. Rob Diggity
Still
trying
going.
to get Top Notch. Ring of Spears available, so that's going to cancel the lifesteal. Rob Diggity can't even use his minions to save himself at Top Notch. It's up a nice kill there. Synchro at the same time gets a kill to Ryan O'Brien. Top Notch got a double. Mouse falling down there. Jack trying to get some aggression onto Top Notch. There's a crusher from Just Rogue. Portal through the ground, this Top Notch. Jack, he needs to get a taunt off here, but not going to find an unstable vortex. Just cleans out the minions, and these two guys, these two teams still battering away at each other, but now going to disengage.
I believe that was a 3-for trade, so still pretty even. If we have to look at our graphs, the XP difference is under 1,000, as well as the gold difference. This is down to the wire. This is absolutely even.
Exactly right. Just Rogue being chased in the middle lane. Jack 47 doesn't want to give up on this fight just yet. Oh, there's a portal through the wall from Synchro. Sentinel pop by Just Rogue. There's the Armor Monster as well.
Oh.
The snipe from Synchro picks up Just Rogue. Excellent skill shot there. Freemason uses the ultimate to try and find Synchro as repayment, but not going to get it. Sup me off. Uses an excellent Cataclysm there to freeze out Silicon and just steal a kill away from them.
This game is just completely back and forth. The XP is still under 1,000. Gold is still under 1,000. This is probably one of the best OCE games we've seen entire season. And it's for good cause as well. Like we keep saying, and this is important. Whoever wins this goes to Pro League. Whoever loses doesn't.
Exactly right, and so both these teams are going to want to leave anything on the table in this one. While there is still a chance to go to the regionals from being in the Open Ladder Challenger tournament, it's a much easier path to be in the Pro League, and both these teams have to know that and have to be putting everything they've got into this match.
Yes, we're going to go ahead and take a look at some of our builds here. Mystical Mail Weakening Curse from Freemason. That means he blinks in, slows you down, uses the tremors, so it makes it even harder for you to get out, and then that Mystic Mail does even more damage. On the right hand side, Top Notch jumping with that Bird Bomb. He now has no mobility. Sup me off, coming in with a blink, knock up into the confounds. Other way around, sorry. And gonna see Freemason coming in here to bring up the aggression. Ring of Spears coming down that lockdown Ivory Gaming.
Exactly right. Synchro doing a lot of damage in return, though. This is where the Osiris is gonna fall off, and we can see Top Notch, even though he landed a Bird Bomb, didn't do a whole lot of damage.
Osiris? It's Osiris in this game.
I meant Odin.
Both,
I thought I said Odin.
both people, both warriors with magnificent beards, both start with O.
Alrighty, and we can see that Synchro trying to steal the debuff away from him, maybe stealing a tactic from Fonke's book. Just Rogue just spots out the Memphis of Ivory, decides he doesn't want to bar of it, and Sentinels away. There's a 4-man grouping from Synchro, from Ivory in the middle, and same with Silicon. The two ADCs now just starting to rotate over. This could be a fight.
This could indeed be a fight. There's a lot of blinks up on the table through space and time, using a little bit strangely there. Maybe, I'm not too sure what that was for. He didn't really manage to do anything with that. Odin, top notch, jumps in there with the blink. Ring of Spears coming down. Mouse gets absolutely obliterated from Armor Monster. Nice portal coming in. Cataclysm, more Armor Monster.
Great petrify there from Rob Diggity as well. Freezes top notch on the tower. Freemason extremely low. Synchro misses with the unstable vortex. Freemason went between those things there beautifully. Rana Brana uses his bees. The bird bomb from top notch as well goes off. Nice axe from Brana there. Nice crush as well from Just Roy. Jack 47 extremely low. He needs to get out of this. Rob Diggity trying to make something happen here in the middle lane, but Just Roy is still up hunting. He's got the red buff. He's going to be putting out a lot of damage. Something me off. He's hanging around in the mid lane as well with his ADC. They're trying to defend this tower, but they should probably just get out and not sacrifice themselves.
Silicon Sports is in a very good spot here. Top Notch is in that flanking position, just ready to jump in there. He doesn't have the Ring Spears again just yet, but that bird bomb can still do a fair whack of damage.
Exactly right. Now Sutmilk's the only one left at the mid lane. Jack 47 has come back in. He didn't use the Defender of Olympus that went down in the earlier team fight. I'm surprised Silicon didn't look for a Gold Fury off the back of that. They had the numbers there, but I think they stuck around the mid lane just a little bit too long.
Maybe they were just trying to look for that little bit extra kill there. Not going to go ahead and go for that Gold Fury, as you said. But who knows? Silicon's going to be going ahead and ward up this Gold Fury, so they may be looking for it in the very near future.
Rob Diggity's going to start it now. Synchro's there as well. Uses the unstable vortex on it. First is down. I don't think Silicon do know what's going on. They've got a ward here, but they're just not in a position to contest it, and they're deciding to leave it. And there goes the Gold Fury to Ivory Gaming, and that's going to give them a nice little boost of gold. We look at the graphs. They now place themselves ahead in gold and XP as well. But these graphs, man, they're so up and down. It's crazy.
They're so up and down, but they're so focused on being even. It is past 25 minutes, so Gold Fury was worth 350 gold per person. So that's a fair whack of gold going to the way of Ivory Gaming. That is going to go ahead and give them a little bit of an advantage, but we're going to see if they can use that advantage to their advantage and try and push out this game, start a snowball off that.
Exactly right, but these teams are so even at this point. The team fights are going really, they're trading back and forth, not only in kills, but also in who wins the team fights and comes out on top here. Silicon at the moment, though, are looking at just, slightly, they're starting to push a little bit harder. They've gotten more towers down than Ivory do, and so it's going to be interesting. Synchro taking a lot of damage here. Here's the Iron Monster from Just Roy. He takes down Synchro. Great shot there. There's the Petrify from Rob Diggity in the background. Rob Diggity stunned out himself there. Iron Monster hits Jack 47. He takes a lot of damage. He's stone shielded, but caught in the walls of Freemason. Top Notch is in the backline, causing havoc of Ivory. Freemason gets another kill. Raslife comes through, does a lot of damage, but not enough to kill anyone on Silicon. It's just Sutmioff, Mouse, and Rob Diggity left for Ivory. Nice Celestial Beam does a ton of damage. Just Rope kills Sutmioff. Rob Diggity taking a lot of damage from Top Notch, who's not afraid to tank out this tower. Here comes Nightkerk and the rest of the Silicon boys, though. And Mouse is left to defend this tower by himself with Rob Diggity, too low health, forced under the Phoenix.
Mouse, just the only thing that hit him then was that bird bomb at the very end. He's got the jukes of a master. He avoided the Sikkim, the Crush, the Glacial Strike, everything, and just got half his health taken off by Top Notch. Oh, he did get ambushed here, does get taken out by Top Notch, I believe.
Yep, Top Notch takes him down there. Very nice work there from Silicon. Alrighty, so we're seeing the Silicon boys going through and invading the buffs. Now, this is something they didn't do in previous games, and so they weren't able to really hold on to their wins. They've got a bit of an advantage at the moment, and it's going to be very interesting to see if they can hold into this lead. In previous games, they haven't been able to close it out, but this game means more than any of those other ones, so maybe the extra motivation will keep them that little bit sharper.
Well, let's take a look at the graphs here, because before we saw them very even. Now it's all advantage of Silicon. 7,400 XP difference and 4,000 gold difference straight off from that extended team fight there. This is going the way of Silicon at the moment, but Ivory Gaming are not going to want to give this up without fights.
Exactly right, and it's going to be extremely difficult for either of these teams to really press too much advantage, because Silicon, Top Notch, he's going to really fall off in damage here compared to what he's doing. We just saw a Bird Bomb go off there and do negligible damage to Jack 47, but I just feel like the team comp is so strong. Just Roke has been extremely accurate with all of his skills, and the amount of setup he's getting from his teammates really helping him in that department. And Ivory, they're just struggling at the moment.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of setup for Just Rogue as well as Rana Barana. However, if they get focused out, that's a lot of damage that they're missing out on. Cabrakan starts to fall off more towards that late game because the early game damage that he can do is quite large, but once he starts building more into a tanky sort of build, his damage does fall off in comparison to a lot of other people.
Silicon baiting a fight around the Fire Giant here. Synchro takes a lot of damage. Ivory Monster comes down onto Mouse. He dies to Freemason. Rob Diggity in the backline uses the Petrify, but not doing terribly much. Synchro going to use the through space of time to aid his teammate. Hits Just Rogue. He goes down to a nice snipe. Freemason's got a double kill. Rob Diggity is down, and now Silicon looking to press their advantage, get another kill or two, go for this Fire Giant, and maybe look to end this game.
Synchro getting forced out there, has to pull through the wall, otherwise he would have gone absolutely killed. I saw him on the minimap, I thought, there's no way he can live. And then I remembered he's Giannis.
Exactly right, and now Jack 47, awful lot of damage
being
tanked under his own tower, taunts them all in, but just falls there and does nothing in return to them. And now Silicon gonna take this tier 2 on the right with only Synchro and Sub Me off to stop him.
Not going to be able to stop him, and I'm surprised they're starting to push up further here. They're trying to decide on what they're going to do. They could either try and push up for the Sphinx, which is quite risky, although it is doable. They could go back to Fire Giant, but they don't have... They do have a fair amount of health and damage to do it. Or they're going to do the third option, and go ahead, go back to base, get even larger, and look for that next team fights.
They're leaving the Fire Giant here because Synchro is still up, and he can use his either through space and time or his unstable vortex to steal that objective. So I think if they'd taken Synchro down there, they might have considered going for that objective, but wise decision to just leave it for now.
Right, it's also worth noting is Synchro could go near the Fire Giant and then ult back towards his base and bring everyone who's just respawning back over to the Fire Giant, and that would have been bad news for Silicon.
Exactly right. Gold Fury is up again, and maybe Silicon's looking to take this one, as Ivory did go onto the last one, and yes, it looks like they're grouping around there now. Strokes, Nightkirk, and Freemason are all grouping up for this one, and Rana walking through the mid lane as well. Ivory should spot them out though, but they do need to defend the other lanes who are pushed up, who have got all their towers dropped except for the Phoenix. But Silicon, they're leaving this one. They're looking to bait another fight, but Ivory's on the Fire Giant. Silicon doesn't. Silicon has just realized on the Fire Giant they baited themselves into a Gold Fury when Fire Giant was the real prize. But here comes Top Notch and the rest of Silicon. Ivory is up from Just Rogue. Who's he looking to go on? He's gonna waste it. He needs to use it soon. He doesn't even hit anyone with it. That's a wasted ability there. Freemason gonna fall here. He's barely even, but Rob Diggity picks up there. Sucked me up. Goes down to Freemason in return. Rob Diggity extremely low in the back line. Mouse uses the Rast Knife. Who got the Fire Giant? Silicon got it. They're going on to Synchro now. He goes through the middle. Rob Diggity stunned out by Rana Brana. He's taken down there. Synchro forced to use a portal to get through the wall, but here comes Silicon. Defender of Olympus popped by Jack, but Synchro needs to get out desperately.
Mouse is in the backline. There's no way he can get out of here. He does get taken down to Top Notch. This is exactly what Silicon wanted. Maybe they even did that. They could have gone for that Gold Fury, knowing that Ivory would try and take that opportunity and then turn the fight around for them. If that was the case, that was very risky for them, but it did manage to go into their favor. They're going to go ahead and take down this Phoenix, and that's going to be the first one of the game. Fire Giant buff doing the work. This is what Silicon wants. They want to be able to fight, stay sustained with that Fire Giant buff, and just push out Ivory.
This is where they've fallen down before, though. They've been pressuring at the enemy's Titan that nearly killed, or just like tried to do it too quickly, and gotten wiped, whereas the other team has managed to come back and turn the game around. So I think they're going to play this one a little bit more cautiously and make sure they absolutely secure the victory before they go for that Titan.
Right, they've slipped up more today, so they know not to make that mistake anymore. They're going to try and wait for that 5-man wipe, 4-man wipe sort of deal, and then they're going to go for that Titan. Because if they throw this at the Titan, I'm going to be really disappointed.
Me too. I think they would be really disappointed themselves as well. They go for the Gold Fury here, maybe trying to bait out a little bit of fire while Ivory's a little bit under strength. But even if they get it, it's just going to be that little bit of extra gold in their pocket, allow them to finish off their builds and really push this Titan for the win. But yeah, it looks like Ivory's just not going to contest this one. They need to defend their lanes against the fire minions, which are now starting to come through. And Silicon going to take down this Gold Fury very shortly.
Yeah, so they did try and stop that Gold Fury attempt, which has gone wiped out. The only person who doesn't have the Fire Giant buff is Freemason. They're going to go ahead and do a mass recall back to base. They're going to buy all the wards possible. They're going to finish off that item. Soul Reaver now going on to Just Rogue. He's going to be hitting like a truck with that armor monster.
Exactly right, and that's what you need from a Scylla late game, is to be hitting that tremendous amount of damage, and that's just what she does. And Silicon needs that late game aspect to their team, particularly with the Odin, who's notoriously drops off in the late game. But Top Notch has done extremely well with this Odin. He's 6-1-10 currently. He's been there for the majority of his team's fights, and he's just set up extremely nicely.
Well, he knows this god so well. He knows that early game does a lot of damage, but not late game. So now he's going for those squishy people who he still does a fair whack of damage on, but he's using that Ring of Spears to lock people down and force those fights. Ring of Spears coming down onto Mouse by himself there. He's not going to be able to do anything, just kind of stole out Mouse. A little bit of a misplay there, but left-hand tower is going to go ahead and get taken down by Silicon.
Ivory looking to contest this one, but it's already gone down. Probably should save themselves for the Phoenix. Synchro coming through. Rogue's extremely low. He gets hit by that snipe. Synchro's been on point with his snipes. This Ivory team must be practicing at a shooting range. Something off gets a nice cataclysm onto 3 members of Silicon, but Ivory's Titans under attack. Silicon need to press their advantage while they still have the Fire Giant buff. It's going to be coming up soon, and they're going to be losing the advantages of it. So maybe if they get this Phoenix here, they can back off, go for the Fire Giant again, and then look to end. But Freemason blinks in. Silicon, they want this now. Synchro stunned out there. Top Notch uses his Ring of Spears. Jack 47 goes down. Rob Diggity's in the back.
The rough
nice snipe there from Mr. Mouse. Just Rogue goes down again to that snipe. Rob Diggity extremely low. Top Notch pushing there, trying to get some damage on him, zoning nicely, while Rana Piranha just continually hits this Phoenix over and over. And that's 3 Phoenixes for Ivory Gaming down.
3 Phoenixes down, and they've learned their lesson. They're not going onto the Titan just yet. They're going to go ahead, the rest of jungle, which they can get, let those 5 minions do that pressure, and they're going to go ahead, regroup, and go ahead and look for more team fights to get that final kill for that final push.
Fire Giants up in exactly 1 minute. The buff has just gone off every member of Silicon. These 2 teams now both have an equal chance at this Fire Giant. Actually, no, not equal, because 3 Phoenixes on the side of Ivory Gaming are down. They're going to have to worry about their Titan and keep at least 1 person back to try and stop those minions from ending the game prematurely, while Silicon has advantage of having all their tier 2s and Phoenixes up. They can all be grouped for that Fire Giant and not risk losing too many objectives.
Right, Ivory needs to work extremely hard right now, because in 30 seconds, Fire Giant's coming up, and Silicon is already on their way there, grouping up on towards the speed buff. They're going to pick that up and then go onto that Fire Giant. Time is ready for Silicon and Ivory, so everyone knows when it's coming up. Right-hand Phoenix just came up on the side of Ivory Gaming, giving them a little bit of a safe haven. However, that next wave of minions could break through it.
Exactly right. So as I said, Ivory need to sort of play a little bit defensively here and keep someone here, but Silicon going straight onto Mouse. There's the Stone Shield from Start Me Off and the heals from Mouse, but gonna force a lot of those abilities out. Here comes Synchro, uses his through space and time, get through the wall and try and do some damage here, but Silicon just looking too strong at the moment. Top Notch and Just Rogue gonna push through the middle lane, maybe take down this middle Phoenix cheekily, but Just Rogue portaled through the ground. He takes a tremendous amount of damage there from Synchro. Rob Diggity looking for a kill onto him there. That would possibly turn this around in favor of Ivory, but Top Notch uses the Ring of Spears to perfection. There's another snipe from Mr. Mouse. Jack 47 getting extremely low, and he may fall down here, and that would possibly spell doom for Ivory. Mouse needs to defend his right-hand Phoenix, so he's out of his fight. Rana gets the double kill here onto Jack 47 and Submilk. That's a lot of the front line from Ivory. They can't really defend terribly well here. They're forced to defend their Phoenixes, and Silicon gonna go for this Fire Giant.
Titan is already under attack by 5 minions on the left-hand side. Silicon going for this Fire Giant. They can't really contest this. They don't have enough. Through space and time is up, so if Crow is going to do some hot plays, now's the time. Mouse doesn't have his Siren Pain coming up here.
Synchro forced to use that there to get away from Freemason and Top Notch, so his ultimate is no longer up.
Oh no!
Mouse's one is up though, but Silica gonna have too much damage too quickly to take this one down. This could be game right here if Silicon plays this one correctly. They've got still a lot of health on their side. Everyone just above half health. Most importantly, Rana Piranha is that he can shred those objectives with that late game Willa. He's got his build fully online. He's got his attack speed. He's got his penetration to be able to burst down those objectives. And man, if Silicon can regroup at this point and push, I don't see what Ivory can do to stop them.
Silicon definitely going to regroup. They're going to go ahead and do a recall here back to base. Make sure they're on absolutely top health, top mana. Going to push in for this final kill here. 2 Phoenixes on the side of Ivory Gaming is still up, but those Phoenixes are weak. Once the Phoenix respawns, it is fairly easy to take down a second time. Top Notch going to go ahead here. He's going to be the one to initiate, as he has been in this entire game, with those blinks into the Ring of Spears, just causing disaster. canceling out all the hailing from Mouse and just locking people down for those kills.
Exactly right, and now Silicon going to clean out some of the buffs of Ivory, just denying them getting back into this game. Doing everything they haven't in previous games to try and secure this win. They want this SPL spot. They know that they can compete with the best teams, and they want to prove it here on this stage in front of everyone. And now they're pushing for the N-tier grouping on the right. Just Rogue is coming back through the middle. We shouldn't wait for him too long, because now Jack initiating onto all the Silicon boys. There's a nice Petrify from Rob Diggity and a nice portal as well from Synchro. Lots of damage coming through. Top Notch traps Rob Diggity and Sup Me Off in the ring of spears. Synchro gets out through a wall, but Sup Me Off is there as well to try and protect his solo laner. Rob Diggity taking a lot of damage from Top Notch and the rest of them. Nice Cataclysm from Sup Me Off. Here comes Mouse in the back. Just Rogue gets a double kill onto Synchro and Sup Me Off. The right-hand side Phoenix is down, and now Silicon pushing for the wall. Just Rogue! Oh my god, the Armor Monster over the wall to take down Mr. Mouse. That is incredible. Here comes the middle Phoenix going now. It's just Rob Diggity and Jack 47 trying to hold out against all odds. It'll be impossible victory if Ivory managed to hold this one. Silicon going for the Titan. Rana Barana going for the win. Nightclub takes down Rob Diggity. The Titan's gonna fall. Silicon wins. They're in the Pro League. Down goes the boys of Ivory. And GG, well played to both teams.
That was probably one of the most exciting games we've had entire season. My heart was pumping during the entire thing there. Great play by Silicon Sports. Didn't go in for that greedy Titan kill. They finished off by picking off everyone on the side of Ivory and then going in when the iron was hot.
Exactly right, and they closed out the game, which is what they didn't do earlier in the great play from every member of Silicon in that game. They were all on point. It seems like they took them a little bit to warm up at the start of today, but this final game, they just proved their mettle, they showed their worth, and they ultimately take it out over Ivory for that final spot in the Smite Oceanic Pro League.
I think Just Rogue got them to Pro League there with that triple kill at the end there. That was amazing.
That was, one over the wall, that was incredible.
He killed Mouse 100% of his health down to 0, one shot.
That was incredible. That was crazy. Alrighty, folks, we're not going to hold you up too here, as it has been a long day. Let's all head over to, you can either stay here or head over to the Smite OCE Twitch channel, because the Smite Oceanic podcast is coming up right around the corner with a big announcement coming up from Berserk, a surprise attack representative who runs Smite in Australia, as well as some of the Cyber Gamer admins. So I know all of you Smite Oceanic Pro fans out there don't want to miss that one. I'll be there as well. Timmy will be in the audience helping us out, answering some questions and stuff. But for our casters today, I'd like to extend thanks to Ranconius, Nightfall, and Timmy for helping me cast today, and especially Team Down TV's Cyanide for providing excellent camera work and production, and just being here in every single one of these games all day. I don't think a lot of people appreciate the amount of effort that takes. We've been here since 1 o'clock. Actually, we've been here since 12:30. So, show your appreciation to the chat, and that pretty much does it from us here today. I've been Husey. Thanks for joining us.